All righty, what is going on? Today we are methodically drafting 2026 fantasy football teams on this edition of Busch Knows How to Use the Thesaurus. That's what we're doing. And before we get into the first draft, actually, Spicy, we'll count it down from 10 seconds to enter a Best Ball Mania 7 draft. For those of you guys that want to join the draft with us, all you have to do is hit confirm in about 7 or 8 seconds from now, and you should probably be put into the draft with us. Underdog does have a special promo going right now for the World Cup that we'll get into as the draft is filling. We're actually right into it. So maybe, let's just still talk about it right now. So Underdog has a promo called the Golden Boot Jackpot. Essentially, the Conn Smythe, the finals or the NBA playoffs MVP, the, playoff MVP version for the fake sport that is soccer. The Golden Boot Jackpot there, it is actually 500K. Sorry, not 250K. You get your share of 250K by picking a goal scorer who essentially leads the tournament in goals. And we're going with Mbappe, who's actually one soccer player I do know. And we're going to roll with Sadio Mane, I guess is how you'd say his name, as the pick'em. Basically, you have to put a pick'em entry in soon, I think before Wednesday, I believe. And then that person who's the goal scorer, if they are the Golden Boot, you will win your share equally of 500K. So if 100,000 people picked Mbappe or whatever, we'd each get $5. But if 20,000 people or 5,000 people picked a more obscure name, then you'd get a bigger share of it, obviously.
Yeah, and in terms of the rationales there, of course, I just think Belgium right now is an overrated team. I thought they looked very shaky in the group stage, and Senegal kind of being treated like the underdog here. I actually do favor them in this game, so I just think the attack's going to get going. Mane 2+ shots like that. And like you mentioned with Mbappe, right now, Lionel Messi is actually leading the field, 6 goals in relation to 4 for everyone else. So we will need Mbappe to make some catching up, but I just think realistically, France has looked like the best team in the tournament. They do have a very winnable path. They're going to be playing, assuming they're able to get past the first 2 rounds, the winner of Morocco versus Canada to get to the semifinal. So I think if France gets to the final, Mbappe, the way he's been playing, the way that attack's been looking, he's going to be able to catch up on Leo. So
this is a really funny idea. You want to do this?
Let me see.
Where you get absolutely no opinion on one draft and I get absolutely no opinion on another draft.
Nah, we'll do the cuck chair drafts another time.
Yeah, we could do the cuck chair drafts later. I mean, we have our own accounts reasonably. Of the two of us, I've been better at advancing. Danny's been better at making the finals. It's, I guess, kind of a wash at that point. But yeah, what Mason's referring to is Mason, Avery, and Nathan are all coming to my wedding, which is on Friday. So that will be a ton of fun. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I will get shot if I try and do anything content related during my wedding, but I'm sure they'll have some fun and maybe post some stuff on socials and whatnot.
Yeah, LeBron, it's official. He will be leaving the Lakers. Probably going to go to the Warriors if I were to guess. I mean, just knowing the relationship.
That's so gross.
I mean, also, you cool with the boy?
I'm not at all. Actually, I would not pick him here. I'd pick Chase Brown. But if you want to take Lamb, we can take Lamb.
Yeah, I'm not signing off on Brown at 9, even though I like him.
Texture.
Fair enough. But yeah, Warriors makes natural basketball fit. Obviously, off-ball movement shooter like Steph. You have one of the best on-ball players of all time, LeBron. It's not what he has been, but at the same time, he was a legitimate top 10, top 12 level player in the playoffs. So if you're getting that, you're getting Draymond, obviously, what he does on defense. We'll see what they do with the Jimmy Butler contract because they're going to have to get that off the team if they want to afford everybody. But I'm really curious what they end up doing.
I'm getting edged by NBA Twitter until Kawhi Leonard gets traded to the Raptors. I mean, if it happens, and it sounds like it's very close, we got a Linsanity week for Toronto and Canadian sports here with Gavin McKenna being the first pick in the draft for the Leafs and Kawhi Leonard coming to form a top 2, 3 at worst team in the Eastern Conference of the NBA. And then, yeah, we'll get the football talk. And then the fake sport World Cup, Canada making it to the group of 16 there. Now we take Chase Brown.
Hey, we get both.
Yeah, I mean, in my situation, I would have gone with a Chase Brown, Devon Achane, because that will be, by the end of the cycle, I'd imagine, my most common
we get it. You like running backs.
First round between those two guys.
Wait and see, Arthur. Wait and see. We got something on the horizon.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Sammy, cook them.
Brown at 9, dude. I'm pretty sure Sammy's the second highest on the site on Chase Brown. So I think he's being facetious here.
I think I'm like 4th, so I don't think I'm like necessarily lagging behind. Let me see
Yeah.
though. Rankings go to
Speaking of rankings,
2026.
Danny and I will have a fun video tomorrow or on Thursday, sorry, where we're essentially just rage baiting each other's rankings.
I'm
where
third on the site on him, by the way, Chase Brown.
That's PPR. I mean, same shit, man. Half PPR is not that big of a difference.
Think there will be another flock probably next week, I would say. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I begged Mason to do it before I leave for my honeymoon, but it sounds like we might be doing it next week.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah. Also, like the PPR offset for best ball to me is that the Bengals play Carolina, Indianapolis, and Baltimore in the fantasy playoffs, which would obviously weight back towards Chase Brown being an awesome pick. Chase Brown is actually grew up literally 20 minutes from where I'm getting married, for what it's worth.
Yeah,
so,
bro, he's literally from London.
Yeah, he grew up very close to where I'm getting married, actually.
If you guys are new to the channel and you don't know the lore, Danny once played against Chase Brown. That was the whole fucking bit when I drafted him in the first year of the Flock League. You remember that?
Did you ever tackle him?
Yeah.
Yeah? You ever got him on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, he had a couple fucking huge runs against us, and I think the year that we played them, we ended up going to London. They beat us in London, but the year prior when they were in Hamilton, we beat them.
Interesting. Was Sydney on the team too?
Yeah, he was DB. They had a couple really good DBs.
Good.
I also played like all CIS level. London like had a lot of talent growing up too, and all of them obviously go to Western. And I mean, Western, you saw how gross they were from a Canadian university perspective football.
They were, yeah, they were a good team.
Did you know Danny tackled Chase Brown? Yeah,
yeah. Have you guys know my sports lore story? First one who puts it in the chat gets a fucking trade question on the site. If anyone knows my professional athlete sports lore, I would go with Breece Hall here.
I mean, all day.
Recently moved him up my rankings after doing the Jets projections because much like my Dolphins projections, I'm projecting a doomsday scenario for the Jets, and even still, Breece Hall comes out smelling pretty decent in the early third round. Like,
where do you have him ranked?
I think you generally are higher on the Geno Smith experience than I am, but even I can kind of admit that it's going to affect Garrett Wilson more than it's going to affect Breece Hall if Geno Smith is bad, because the Jets offensive line is pretty decent. They have, bookend tackles, a couple interior guys. And I really like the addition of Frank Reich for Breece Hall, but I don't like it for the offense in totality. But I do like what it does for Breece Hall because he targets his running backs typically. And, in those Jonathan Taylor Colts days, he just fed his number one running back.
Put your Flock username. Happy birthday.
Yeah, you could throw it in there. Can only assume Corey dunked on the
dude. I don't like three running backs, but texture wise, Javonte with Lamb is too much to pass up here.
Rylan is very close. Yeah, I'd go Javonte for sure.
Hey, it's funny that you guys mentioned Shea specifically because I'm actually the one semi-connected to him. I'm joking. I grew up with his brother.
Don't you know his neighbor's sister or some shit?
No.
It's a pretty distant connection.
No. I grew up with his brother. So we played football together and we'd always play 2K throughout high school. And they ended up going to prep school in Tennessee. I remember because Shea initially committed to Florida, flipped to Kentucky, and he didn't even start initially on Kentucky. He had to work up to the role. The starting point guard got hurt. He took over for the rest of the season, and then he ended up being a lottery pick. And then if you don't remember, when he got drafted to the Clippers, he was more of a role player. People didn't think he'd be a starting number one option on a team. People thought, okay, he's a contribution two guard. He could play defense. He's got good tools, but the creation ability actually got started at the NBA level.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was something. People, I remember, was it the Oregon Ducks team that had all the Canadians on it the one year? Had 3 or 4 Canadian kids on it. Was Dylan Brooks on that team?
Dylan Brooks. There was a guy, Jordan Bell, and there was one guy from Quebec.
Yeah, I remember that. Shea wasn't spoken about really any differently than those players.
Yeah, I mean, so when Shea came out, I thought he was the most, obviously I was a little biased. He's from Hamilton. I knew his brother, but I thought he was the most underrated player in that class. And I remember because Kevin Knox went above him. And as a Kentucky fan, I'm like, there's no fucking way anybody should be taking Kevin Knox above him because Shea was clearly our best player. And when he got traded in the in the deal to go to OKC, basically I was with my friend Trey. I've told you my buddy Trey that I grew up with from when you're young. So he's like best friends with Shea. And basically, we were at a McDonald's and he got a call and he's like, pay attention later tonight. There's going to be some news. And that night, the Paul George trade got announced and Shea went back in the package.
That's crazy. Busch can run a 4.3
Some wild
40.
lore.
No, I unfortunately can run like a barely 5.40. Like it's not great. I'm not very fast. I was a distance runner. Yeah. Okay. I'll end the NBA talk here and we'll get back to football shit. People are guessing who I hit a 3 on. No one has said the correct answer yet. But Kitchener, Ontario's finest Jamal Murray is who I hit a 3
Yes,
on.
sir.
And Jamal Murray is 2 years older than me and was training at the gym that
Is he
had
96?
like, yeah, he's born in
Oh,
1996. I believe maybe he's in 97.
Maybe.
He used to train at the gym that had just like drop-in basketball that me and my friends used to go to. So I ran into him like consistently. And like I had known at that point that he was an NBA prospect, even at age 16, how old he was at the time. I was 14. We just played a couple pickup games. And not only did I hit 1 3 on him, I probably hit more than 1 3 on him because we played pickup all the time. I don't think he'd ever remember my name or anything like that. He'd be like, is that fucking guy from Rim Park that I used to play pickup with? But
so
yeah.
my vote here would
So
be
we're on the
BTJ.
clock here.
My highest would be BTJ, but like I'm cool with another receiver
Brian
if you have a
Thomas
strong
is
preference.
my highest receiver other than Odunze, so I'd be fine with BTJ as well.
Okay. Yeah, we can capitulate there. Also,
How
yeah.
tall are you? I am small. I am like 5'9".
Well, it's funny because when we first met, Busch always assumed he was way taller than me, and then we fucking went back to back, and he's like, "Oh, so you actually are what you say? I thought you were capping this entire time." This guy thought I was like 5'5", larping about being 5'9".
I mean, most people who are 5'9" are typically about 5'6".
That's a good point.
Anyone who's actually 5'9" says that they're 5'10". That's the lore. But no, so I'm at the time I was probably only like 5'5", but Jamal Murray was like barely 6 feet. He was only 16 years old. So he wasn't really that tall. But now he's obviously way taller than that.
Yeah, fuck.
I just can't pass on Jadarian Price here, dude. I know it's fucking not an optimal pick.
Are we gonna unk
We
it?
hyper fragile this bitch. We hyper fragile. We go 8, 9.
We might have to unk it. Wow, we might have to unk it.
That's just too much value to pass up on to me.
Oh my god. Oh, what? Yo, roster construction be damned.
Roster construction can ligma.
I mean, to be fair, Flock likes it.
Yeah.
So
after seeing Busch play bump. So if you go back and watch me play bump, the only shot I took, Avery just drained a shot on me. That's the only shot I took in the entire tournament.
My fucking 3-pointer, I hoofed over the backboard.
But if I can flex the shooting ability for 1 second here, I'm a 3-time free throw champion. In my like school district, like
I thought in your gym class.
No, I played basketball all of high school, and I played like semi-rep basketball as a kid. It's my sport, even though I'm short. It's my sport. I can shoot. That was pretty much it.
Stockton.
Yeah, I could shoot, and I have good court vision, but I can't do anything else. So I never made it any further than that.
Dude, I didn't play anything ever organized, but I was just like a 5'9" Draymond Green. That's what I did.
Yeah, dude, not only is it expected to be hot in Canada, I don't want to say this out loud because it's obviously a jinx to say this about your own wedding. We might get some thunderstorms as well during the whole event. So it's supposed to be like hot. Like it's supposed to be not like Texas hot, but it's supposed to be like 90 degrees Fahrenheit for you Americans, like 32, 33 degrees with humidex here.
So other suburban white guys not impressed.
Yeah. No, I mean, generally it wasn't an impressive field at the free throw competition.
Bro, I chucked it went fucking flying. I sailed the backboard. That was like, if I can fucking find it, I'll pull it up. That was horrific.
Brock, you wouldn't be entirely accurate there because I'm so small. I used to just, when I would drive in, I would just get absolutely shit tossed and make it to the line out of obligation. Isn't rain on wedding day good luck? Is that a fact?
Wait, what?
People say rain on your wedding day is good luck. I've always assumed it was bad luck.
I'm the 3-time 10-yard passing completion champion. If I can find this.
No, that was like a mid-season power rankings level flex on my part, saying that I'm a free throw champion. I feel like we may have to take a receiver here just to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely probably do.
I'm fine taking Dak.
I think you got to take Dak with.
I think if he falls to our next pick, I'm fine taking to him, but I don't think we need to reach on him here with us having Lamb and Javonte.
I just don't think there's a receiver worth pushing up.
Well, we have Lawrence if we need to.
Fair, but
I would be totally fine taking.
I'm cool taking whatever receiver
Godwin
falls back,
or Alec Pierce or something.
I wouldn't want to risk it. I don't think any of these receivers.
Prescott. I'm not going to win an argument about
Dak.
Well,
it's not even that. It's like there's no receivers that I feel like really stand out from the rest. If there was, I would agree. But
Metcalf was the one that I would have. Metcalf or Quentin Johnson would have been the two guys that I was like.
Oh, if QJ fell 100%, like we would have just taken QJ.
I just did Pittsburgh's projection, so we're actually how many teams do I have left here? I'm midway through San Francisco, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Tennessee, and Washington. So I'm almost done. The first edition of the manifesto comes out tomorrow night. For those of you guys that are wondering who, used our Underdog code, you'll have full access to that. And anybody on the site, I'll post it tomorrow night. The first edition of the projection is going to be out there. And it actually made me a lot higher on Metcalf, mainly just because there's a lot more pass volume to go around. But, I'd be cool with Godwin here. I'd be fine with Downs. I'd be fine with Addison or with Lawrence.
Any of those options were whatever we're feeling.
Yeah, let's go Godwin. I don't think we can afford to take another quarterback, even though I actually don't mind taking both of our QBs and being done.
And by the way, Brock, this is so accurate because oddly enough, for whatever reason, when you just take those low post passes and you're just playing in your mid range, you're trying to find the fucking lanes, and you're able to just with the outside of your hand, I don't even know how to describe it. You just rip those bounce passes, and they got the curve like right to hit the gap. I don't know what it is, but my natural feel on those, I'm always accurate. I don't miss those. So if I see you back cutting and I'm in the post, I can hook you up with that little fucking spinning bounce pass.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who's guarded you in basketball, I can say that you had a decent little bounce pass on you.
That's all I could do that game because it was so wet on the court. I couldn't even fucking run.
No any footing. And so, if anybody doesn't know, in like 2022, when Underdog started the incubator, all of us went out there to Brooklyn and we played like a pickup basketball game with all the like Madden YouTube guys like Xerxes and Swift and Victionary and like all those guys, ScoMo. And Eric Crocker was there. He was obviously a former NFL athlete, so he fucking made us all look like a bunch of bums. And Faraz from Upper Hand. And Danny and I were guarding each other on opposite teams. My team took home the dub, and I hit a little dirty John Stockton back.
Crocker carried, bro.
Yeah, Crocker carried, but I was dishing him the ball like half the time. That's my shit, dude. I'm a disher.
Yeah, no.
He was by far the best athlete there. As someone
it wasn't even close. To be fair, Swift was cooking too. Swift's
a good athlete too, but Crocker played corner in the NFL. Like,
I know.
You need to be to play corner.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, for what it's worth, given the context, like I was impressed with Swift because it's like we knew Crocker was just gonna dust people. The guy was literally an NFL corner. The guy was guarding like Stephen Hill in fucking training camp and shit. And Stephen Hill was a 4-2 receiver. Like
dishers are just people who can't score. Hey,
you're not wrong. I can't score.
Yeah, I'm a disher and a shooter. I cannot handle the ball, nor can I slash any way, shape, or form.
So I'm a bad shooter overall, but for whatever reason, I'll either get super hot one day or I'll hit the bullshit shots. Like I was playing fucking with my cousin the other day, right? And I just took a random like Kobe-esque fadeaway in the fucking back corner on the baseline, cashed the fuck out of it, and it looked like the most janky form you've ever seen. My cousin was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And it actually went in.
Danny and Kobe-esque form are two things I didn't think I would hear in the same sentence.
I tried to mimic Kobe. I failed. It looked like Peter Griffin.
Okay, so there's not like a guy that stands out on the board as an immediate value here.
Receiver probably. If we can.
I'd be fine going with Pearsall for some upside. Like we kind of need an upside swing here. So like Concepcion or Pearsall or somebody that could really smash their ADP wouldn't be too bad.
I like Pearsall.
Yeah, let's go with Pearsall. I think we just have to take receivers here because we're
eat our veggies.
Yeah, we got to eat our veggies. I like Kyle Pitts quite a bit at ADP too. After doing, hearing some of the stuff that we've heard about Kyle Pitts and the Falcons so far, the fact that they, paid him a contract, I didn't expect them to do that. I thought they were just going to kind of let him ride on the franchise tag. I think they have pretty big plans for him, and I don't have a lot of faith in the rest of the Falcons receivers outside of Drake London. And I actually think that Tua can operate a half decent offense. And you think of like the Jonnu Smith 2024 season, I wouldn't shock me if Pitts is like that productive.
I can see it, especially at cost, because I don't think anybody's expecting him to be tight end 2 like he was last year. Also, this is Purdy if he falls, right? Yeah, all day.
I don't think we should take Purdy here. I think we can get a 2 or 3 quarterback build with.
I think we might get wiped out by the next pick anyways.
Okay, I would vote Pitts, but I'm fine with Purdy as well.
I would want Purdy just because I think we need to take 3 tight ends anyways. I think we can convince ourselves that Dak and Purdy would be enough at quarterback.
That's fine. We can get Ferguson and Kittle just went, but we could do a third tight end Tungus or something if we wanted correlation. But
yeah, the rationale there was like we already have Pearsall. We're now fluid to where we can take a third quarterback, but realistically, given the value, given the stack equity, Purdy was the value on the board. And now if we do get to round 16 and we're like, do we want to stick with Dak and Purdy? I think we can actually make that decision. If it was, do we want to stick with Dak and Daniel Jones? Like at that point, I'm like, yeah, you need a third quarterback.
I agree, Scribbles. I think that Pitts at his ADP, especially for redraft, for best ball, obviously you can get away with just building 3 quarterback or 3 tight end builds late or whatever, like we're kind of planning on doing. But for redraft ADP specifically, I think Pitts falls in such a money zone where the wide receivers and running backs are dried up that I'm like, dude, it's round 8. There's nobody good on the board at running back. There's nobody that I think projects for a good workload. You're either taking a shot on an ambiguous backfield, taking a shot on a wide receiver like a Ricky Pearsall, who you don't really have any idea if he's good or not, or you could just take Kyle Pitts, who was 25 years old still and was a tight end 2 in fantasy last year.
Yeah. No, I like Pitts at cost. I also like Purdy at cost. And I just think given the context of our team with Pearsall, I think I like the flexibility of taking the quarterback, but yeah. You're not wrong. I think Pitts is by far the best tight end projection that was left on the board. I just think even if we took Pitts, we'd probably need 3 regardless.
Yeah, like I personally think that Pitts is a much better projection than Kittle coming off of the injury. I think that he's a better projection than Fannin. And
I agree with that.
I honestly, like, call me crazy, but I don't see a difference between him, Kraft, and Laporta. Like, I think that Pitts, you could convince me that Pitts finishes the highest out of all of those guys, no problem. Like, I think that his usage is very, very bullish for fantasy if we get a decent amount of pass volume from the Falcons. And think about what Stefanski's offense and scheme did for featuring a 20-and-a-half-year-old tight end from Bowling Green last year. Like, Pitts is a much better, or at least a much more refined player than Harold Fannin was as a rookie.
It's valid for me. I personally view Pitts more in like the Dalton Kincaid type of bucket where it's like just after those guys. But I can see from an upside case. It's just for me when I look at what Kraft was doing before the injury, sounds like he's on track. Like I just think you weren't getting a guy that was outscoring him unless you had Trey McBride on your roster when Kraft was healthy. And then when I look at Sam Laporta, it's like we've literally seen what the ceiling looks like, and we have more faith in the offense than we do with Atlanta. So I like Pitts. I do view him a tier after those guys, but realistically, when those guys are off the board and you're in round 10 and it's between him and you're worried about Kittle because of the injury and, maybe like I think Pitts should be above Kincaid, but maybe you view Pitts a tier above him. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if Tua starts the whole season, dude, I have him pacing like 28 touchdowns. Like, I think he can actually be pretty good in this offense and pass for, almost 4,000 yards, which is not something a Falcons quarterback has come anywhere close to doing in recent years. Like, the most amount of passing yards the Falcons have produced is like 3,500. Like, it's a big difference when a quarterback can throw for 4,000 yards. And not only can Tua do that, he once led the position in passing yards one season.
Hey, Stunna, you see too, we do have Brees on the squad after ADP as well.
Jake Ferguson's an easy pick here with the team.
And then take our receiver
value is also not a terrible pick here because we kind of just need volume of weeks that can hit our lineup. And I think that Shakir is a safe projection to hit our lineup 5 or 6 times.
I have Shakir so much lower than you, dude.
I don't understand why though. Like Shakir is
I think Skylar Bell could eat at his usage. That's my thing. If you don't, that's fair. But
Skylar Bell's a 4th round receiver from freaking UConn. Like I just
he's impressing in camp.
As good at everything that Shakir already does.
It's two-sided where I think Skylar Bell is better than what you think, and I think Shakir is worse than what you think.
Maybe. I leave for my honeymoon on Monday, Mason, and Monday morning. So we'd have to record on Sunday for me to be able to be a part of it. I want to go Shakir here.
I want to go Hunter though too. I can't take Shakir over Hunter. It's a 30 spot difference. Like
that's fine.
I'll let you have the next pick. I have to say.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to Travis Hunter either. So
it's very anti-Shakir as well. Like, I mean, there's a
we
22
have
spot
BTJ
delta.
already too, so I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was like the one guy I'm like,
Are we going to go with a 4 running back build, or are we going to just tack on an 18th round dart throw?
I'm totally cool with 4 here.
I mean,
it
I'm
says
fine
5.
with 4. I think structurally it makes sense to have a 5th, just because 4 running back builds are generally just not a great advance rate history wise. But I do think like the very last pick
we can get very cheap,
like our 18th round,
like
best ball throw.
Maybe this is
like
a
Jalen Black in the 18th round or something.
I was gonna say maybe this is like a Jade and Blue team because we have invested in Dak, Lamb, and Ferguson. This is the case where Javonte misses time. Oh, we have Javonte, right?
We have Javonte.
Right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
We could take. That's why I said like let's just take a handcuff of some kind.
Yeah.
Like, let's take Jordan James or something at the end of the draft.
Yeah, that's a good point. Jordan James would be perfect too if 49ers running back, because if McCaffrey went down, but then again, McCaffrey's the receiving back, so like I guess less. But
I mean, I tend to think that because I'm actually literally doing the 49ers projections right now. I tend to think that if McCaffrey were to miss time,
the offense would get a lot worse.
It would get a lot worse, and I think that you'd see a pretty even platoon between Keelan Black, Jordan James, and maybe even Isaac Guerrero being involved. So I think that the guy that I would actually want, to be honest, is Keelan Black, because I think he's the better ball carrier of the two of them. But neither of them inspire a ton of confidence. It's not. I don't think it would be like a Jordan Mason situation from a couple of years ago where people are like, holy shit, Jordan Mason was like RB8 in fantasy when Christian McCaffrey was down or whatever he was. I don't think we'd see anything like that, to be honest, out of a 49ers handcuff. But if you're anti-McCaffrey because he always gets hurt or something, I mean, it's definitely worth taking a shot in the 18th round on a couple different guys.
The guy I've been taking a lot has been Jordan James. Thought process there. We have seen the slow approach to the 49ers before. Like Jordan Mason is a prime example. They took him. Realistically, it took him a while to fully show out as an RB1 caliber player.
Yeah.
When I looked at Jordan James coming out of Oregon, like I was a little bit higher on him. I thought he had a little bit to his game. I thought he was a patient runner. I thought he saw.
Yeah, you were higher on him than I was, for sure.
Thought he saw the field well. Obviously, he had some issues breaking contact, but I do think, especially in like a pure wide zone type of system, he doesn't have burning speed, but he's a very decisive runner. So I think if he got an opportunity, he could be like a 4.4 yard per carry.
Actually, Jordan Mason's a bad comp for him.
I don't think Jordan Mason is the comp. I'm just saying like we saw.
No, I'm saying I think he actually kind of plays like Jordan Mason.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were saying because I wasn't making a comp.
Oh my God, we're getting railed on these tight ends. I was hoping one of them would fall back to a Sadiq or Gadsden would have been nice.
We could just take Boston because I don't think Henry's worth a tier above everyone else.
So
if one of the other guys fell, maybe.
Can I interest you? I'm getting kind of high on this player.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I kind of like Trey Tucker at value.
So
he's a great veteran best ball guy.
So Naylor's been the guy I've been taking, but I do think there's value in the Raiders receivers. If we want to take Tucker, I'm cool with it.
So the reason I think that Tucker is kind of interesting is what like season of Trey Tucker's career do you think he's entering?
3, 4?
Yeah, he was drafted the same year as Addison and JSN. Like he's entering year 4 of his career. Like he's not like an old player. He's barely 25 years old. Like the fact that he kind of had like a mini breakout season last year, and not only did they have a mini breakout season, like just purely off of what he did in that one game alone, he's a huge advance rate type of asset. Like I'm not expecting him to have another 40 bomb or whatever he posted last season, but like just because he can give you those long touchdowns and stuff, I think it helps in a best ball situation. Like the whole argument for best ball drafting versus redraft is a completely different mindset sometimes. Like would I care about Trey Tucker in redraft? Probably not. Do you want to take Hunter Henry? He's kind of at a value ADP wise. I'd be fine with Hawkinson as well, or we could take Debo too.
I think we just take Henry, eat our vegetables, set up our 3 tight end build. A guy that we realistically
2 sexless guys. Maybe we tack on an Eli Stowers for some upside or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
I'm
not
I think Tucker's a good play, man. I think he's a good play. And part of the reason I like Shakir too, because there's some Shakir hate in the chat.
I hate Shakir. I hate
Shakir in redraft. However, he's going to be on the field for one of the best offenses in the league. Like I think in best ball, like you just kind of need to take those players sometimes.
So I understand that, but I think his claim to being on the field all the time is less than you do.
Right.
I think it's going to be.
I think Skylar Bell is like borderline a stone zero this season. Like I think he's almost going to redshirt. I think he was an extremely raw player coming out of school.
So I disagree. He's gotten a lot of hype at camp, and I was higher on the prospect, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I have him getting like 42% of the routes, 36 targets on the season. Like, I don't have him being a complete nothing burger, but even despite that, I have Khalil Shakir with like 10.6 fantasy points per game in PPR, and half PPR, I'd probably be like 9 points per game or whatever, which is not special. But I think that Shakir, hitting your lineup 5 or 6, 7 times on a team like you and I have, at least, where we like kind of need receivers to contribute in collective nature, is why I was interested in taking him.
I've taken 0 Khalil Shakir. So like, we're just like, we're at completely different paths there.
Yeah. But my point though, Samuel, is that he was a good pick last year. He was not a good pick, in best ball, because he was like a 6th round pick. Now he's a good pick in best ball because he's a 12th round pick where he should be going. People took him way too high last year.
Here, real quick, for those of you that haven't seen this, I was trying to find it. This was the shot that I was talking about last year at the Flock League draft. It was completely horrific. How did I hit the top of the backboard?
I can't wait until Danny and Sammy draft CeeDee Lamb. I think it's going to be so funny.
Bro, so they were joking on Twitter. It was Danny and Sammy arguing about the flex decision in week 9. It was like the
kangaroos fighting. Did you see what I quote tweeted it with?
Yeah, what'd you say?
I said here, I'll read it in a second. Hold on. Danny, we have to go with the implied cromulent upside that Ryan Flournoy has more than 2.2 targets per game this season, because I think the Cowboys will score 79 points based on nothing but copium. Sammy Stacks, dude, we're not sitting T. Higgins.
Yeah, bro. So
I think Hawkinson's a smash pick here, by the way.
Bro, you have him so much higher than me, but also I don't mind it on this build.
Yeah,
I would prefer.
We just have sexless tight end core who are all going to collectively be fine.
So I would make the case for Gunnar Helm, because ultimately I'm just looking at it as a younger upside play.
I just think the best case scenario is that he's TJ Hawkinson.
I just don't see a difference between Hawkinson and Freiermuth.
I don't see that. I agree with. I actually have Freiermuth projected for more than Hawkinson after doing the Steelers projections. But yeah, the idea that Gunnar Helm is sick at football, I just have never, as a Texas fan, I've just never understood why people think he's good.
You're not wrong, by the way. It was bad. In my defense, I was so fucking exhausted because it was so damn hot outside. I'm not gonna lie, it's just more of the mental thing. When you're really hot and you're tired, you don't even think of oh, mechanically I'm gonna slow it down and do the. I just chucked the fucking ball up and hope for a miracle, and that shit went fucking brick.
Yeah, I saw
good cop, bad cop.
By the way, did you see the Flock League compilation of all the best picks or whatever?
Yeah, I wasn't on it.
Yeah, you weren't. And you know what's hilarious to me is Mason was on it for one pick, Zay Flowers, who was on my team the entire season. So, what do we want to do here? Do we want to grab another eat your vegetables receiver? Or do we want to grab a upside Antonio Williams or Tank Dell or something?
We can go with a Judy type.
I'll take Judy. It's fine. It's disgusting, but I'll take it.
I think
he probably ends up on a different team at some point during the season. I don't think he'll be a Brown the entire year.
Sam, the opposite. Mason, if he's still here, obviously Busch can attest to this as well. I am the worst eater relative to size that you'll ever meet. You'll see, this big fella, he's definitely a good eater.
I put Danny in the dirt eating.
Oh, dude, I am just fucking brutal. I've been taking a lot of
weed, dude. I'm telling you, weed smokers can't eat, bro. Every weed smoker I know, they go, yeah, I eat one meal a month, and I can't eat if I don't smoke first. And I'm like, you guys are fucking crazy, dude. Every weed smoker I know is dude, weed's not bad for you. I just don't consume nutrients ever. It's fine. It's not weed. It's just that I don't eat. I'm dude, stop smoking weed, man. You'll have a normal appetite.
Yeah, I'm not really a Judy guy overall, but I do think in the 16th, it's a decent click. It is 2 rookie wide receivers. You do potentially get early points. I've been taking a lot more Boston and Concepcion, but given our context that we kind of need those points, I don't mind, like Busch was saying, to eat your vegetables. Weed is not bad for you, biased weed user.
Yeah.
So my take on it is there's a lot of vices to have in the world. A lot of people smoke fucking cigarettes. A lot of people drink a ton. A lot of people have a lot of bad shit they do. Weed's one of mine. you know what? And for what it's worth from alcohol, I'm a lot down compared to where I was, say, 5 years ago when Corey first met me. I was the alcoholic fucking fucking university kid. I had a pong table in my residence and I was playing that shit every fucking day. It was a good time, but yeah, I can't handle that on the liver anymore. So
here's my take on the two. Obviously, objectively, alcohol is much worse for your physical health. I think that weed is far worse for your mental health.
You're not wrong.
Than alcohol is. Because with alcohol, you're social, you're having fun with your friends, you're obviously you're ruining your liver, your stomach's fucking torched. Like alcohol is so much worse for your physical health. But I don't know. I know in a lot of people that were piss tanks that fucking lived hard for about 60 years and, dropped dead from it because they, drank way too much. I just think that their lives were a lot happier than people who smoke weed all the time, frankly.
Yeah. I used to smoke 24/7. Yeah. I mean, again, also in relation to weed versus cigarettes, both are bad, but I would smoke weed every time.
Yeah.
Versus cigarettes.
I mean, I'm of the opinion that I'm going to do anything in moderation. So even alcohol, I haven't smoked weed in like probably almost 10 years, but
it's respectable.
As someone who smoked every day, like for the final couple of years of high school and first year of college, I haven't smoked weed since like 2017, probably.
I can respect that.
I just think that I think that just saying it's not as bad as alcohol is kind of just a cop out. Would be
you're not wrong.
Okay,
Katron.
You want to tack on a Katron to this team? I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, him or Singleton. I'm down for either, but
I mean, I'd be fine with Singleton too. Singleton's really slid in ADP, man. Holy cow.
I was just thinking with Katron because we have the Jags, it could be a decent bring back.
Go Katron. Okay. Dude, Singleton, I was drafting a ton of in like the 170s. So the fact that he's at 197 now is pretty shit CLV for my first batch of drafts.
Yeah. I was worried he was going to go the other way, so I started taking some.
Me too, man. He's the type of player too. He's like big, fast, athletic. I thought he would be the type of guy that would get a lot of buzz in camp. You know what I mean?
Oh, Gibbs has to be the answer here. Bijan's like a very how do I say it?
He's very wholesome.
He's very wholesome.
Okay, what is the construction recommending we do with this last pick? Just out of curiosity. It's recommending we take a third quarterback. I don't want to take Geno Smith. I'd be fine taking Mooney, Franklin, anyone at Noel, one of those guys.
I'm in non-Noel.
Yeah, I'll let you make the pick. I don't care.
I like Noel, especially if you're going to be taking a lot of Dell on your end. This would be like almost the exact capitulation opposite.
Yeah, I tend to think that like the Giants might just actually suck ass. Like the more when I went through their projections, I'm like, I think the Giants might just fucking blow this year.
Did the move get official?
Oh my God, did it?
Hey, there you go. Yep. For Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, 1 pick swap, 2 second-rounders. That's the deal. Yeah, that's fucking fire.
Did we give up Shed or no?
No, just
that was a hang up with the deal.
Gave up who?
Sorry, repeat the trade compensation again.
So it was Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 firsts, a pick swap, and 2 seconds.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm gonna go put my Barnes jersey on. Give me a second. So, Danny, when I leave the station, you need to speak because otherwise it's just radio silence.
Sorry. I was just checking the fucking notification. I was mind blown for a second.
Oh my God, the insanity run of Toronto sports fucking continues, baby. Gavin McKenna last week, Kawhi Leonard this week, smiling through it all. Can't believe this is my life.
So, okay. I'm not saying Gibbs isn't wholesome. I'm sure he's a wholesome guy.
Gibbs is more fun.
I do believe that.
Of the two of them.
Yeah,
sure.
Gibbs seems like the type of guy that would slam back a 6-pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Bijan would be. I would rather smoke weed with Bijan. I'd rather drink with Gibbs.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd rather smoke weed with Bijan though. And to be honest, my answer would be Bijan for both because I'm obviously love Bijan. But I think Gibbs is a much more fun person than Bijan. Yeah. So I would say that he'd be more fun to drink with.
Like, I don't know. I can see like Gibbs, like you freaking, like you know, those nights when you were with your boys and you'd all link up at a house, you'd smoke some weed, you'd play like 2K or whatever. You'd fucking pass the sticks off and you just run the console for the rest of like a 2-hour stretch of just fucking King of the Hill.
No.
You never did that? Oh my
No,
God, I did
no,
that.
Mike. That's why I only do Coke. That's crazy.
Yeah, I could comfortably say,
yeah, let's rip a BBM 7
that's
and we're gonna enter another one here. Lumberjack AJ is in the chat here. In 10 seconds, we'll enter this draft. So if you guys want to join, hit the confirm in about 5 seconds, and you should be in the draft with us. How do you join up? Just go to the main lobby, go to BBM 7, and hit confirm. Basically, there's 6 more people in the draft. As long as you enter BBM 7 right now, it'll be the same lobby that we're in. So that is how you do that. And for those of you guys that obviously are new to Underdog, you can, with Pick'ems, you get $50 in bonus entries on your first entry there with code FSE. And I will actually pull up the prize structure for Underdog's Best Ball Mania 7 so you guys can see that graphic as well, because there's a lot of big prizes up top. And did you know that we almost won it?
Yeah, we should have won it last year.
We should have won it last year, but 2 million to first place, which we will be taking down, hopefully selfishly on my personal account, but I'd be glad to do it on this account too. We'll take Likewise. 666 grand any day of the week. And then, 15 million in total prizes. Obviously, if you guys don't want to do Best Ball Mania, you go, oh, that's a huge contest, I'll never win. Well, there's plenty of other contests you can join that are a smaller field, higher price point, lower price point. The Dalmatian is live right now, 101 to enter, which is one of my, that price point is one of my favorite contests to do, because generally you can advance teams pretty easily and you have a really high chance of making finals. That's the Great Dane, which I made the finals in last year, was I believe a $200 to enter contest, or maybe a $250. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we got a influencer 102 here. So we're going to get pretty much the best pick in the house between whatever running back falls to us here.
Yeah, we're living the life. Top 2, very clear tier this year. The other thing I wanted to ask you, by the way, is because I saw his ADP kind of climbed up a little bit. He was a guy that I was consistently getting in my slows in like the 145, even sometimes close to 150. I noticed that Rashid Shaheed went in the top 130 or 125 in the last draft. So he's been getting a lot of buzz recently. Seattle's been talking him up. They obviously mentioned that last year. They traded for him at the deadline. Didn't have the full plan for how they want to utilize him on offense. And it does sound like with the new offensive coordinator, Brian Fleury, coming in, they want to get Rashid Shaheed more looks in space. Like that's been the talk of their training camp. So
yeah, I'm a little skeptical of Rashid Shaheed being like a full-time player in general, but
can he be what he was with New Orleans?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, if he was what he was with New Orleans, and then also got the usage on a better team, that would obviously be huge. Also, can I make a little tiny rant here for a second? My Twitter timeline is let's go Bijan here. My Twitter timeline is flooded with Kawhi news and rumors, and now the trade actually goes through, and I have not seen one fucking tweet on my For You page that Kawhi is a fucking Raptor here. How is it that all of the rumors were the ones flooding my page, and the actual compensation of the trade I can't see with my own eyes here?
Yeah, I read it to you, but obviously that's kind of annoying for sure.
Like, you'd think it would just be boom, 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 boom. Like every single tweet on my For You page right now on Twitter would be that. But
yeah. Will Kawhi be at the wedding? I mean, does he have an invite, Corey? That's the main question.
Kawhi, he has an open invite to attend the wedding. Absolutely. To be honest with you, any member of the Toronto Raptors would be welcome at my wedding. Even like, the only person in Toronto sports lore that's not welcome at my wedding is Kiner Falefa of the Blue Jays. That would be the only person that's not allowed at my wedding, because that guy can't fucking slide into a base properly. Otherwise, we'd be World Series champions. But I digress.
What exactly is going on? So is Brandon Ingram staying with the Clippers, or is he being rerouted?
Jersey must be worn on next live stream. Jordan just commented on my tweet. Jordan, where you at, bro? I'm wearing the jersey on this live stream. I don't have a Kawhi jersey at the moment. I will have to order a Kawhi jersey, because I don't know why I never bought one in 2019. When obviously Kawhi was here last time, because again, my biggest sports moments, Danny was actually present for one of them. My 2 biggest sports fandom moments are Springer Dinger this October. You were present for that, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And then
that was wild.
Kawhi shot in Jurassic Park outside of the Raptors Stadium. So
dude, it's so funny about that with the Springer shot, right? Because we were we're getting hyped. Obviously, the whole fucking stadium erupted and shit. And that was the night, because people pointed it out in the Flock League comments. but my fucking glasses were broken because that night when I fucking chest bumped someone, the fucking glasses just like exploded on me. So I tried to fix them.
That was classic. Yeah, no, it was electric. That the Kawhi shot, I will never forget that. I was me and my buddies. I was in my 3rd year of college. We had class till like 12 p.m. every day. I had a whole schedule that summer, like 5 courses, like a full semester that summer. And we used to drive to Jurassic Park, like outside of the stadium. There's like a big TV that we'd all just like watch the game on. I don't know if that's common in every fan base. It seems very common for Toronto fan bases to have that for the Leafs and the Raptors and the Blue Jays. But yeah, I was literally in downtown Toronto in Jurassic Park when Kawhi hit that shot. It was pandemonium. It was the craziest thing I've ever experienced until the World Series, when someone on our channel commented, I think I hugged you on Front Street last night outside of the Blue Jays stadium, because we were literally, me and Dylan and Cal were running around just fucking high-fiving people.
Yeah, because we cut at that point, because I think I went back because I had to catch the train.
Yeah. This would be a Sir Arthur Juan if he falls. This would be.
I'm cool with that.
Damn it. All right. Damn. I would vote.
I think we got to take Bowers, man. You got to take Bowers.
Whatever.
Because we can take Rasheed at the next pick.
I would vote for Devontae and then Rasheed was what I would suggest doing. But
I just can't take second. I can't take round 2
when
Devontae.
I take a tight end. I just feel disgusting.
I know. Dude, it's just Bowers projects better straight up than Devontae.
I mean, he does, I guess. I have Devontae Smith projected for more points per game.
I'd be shocked. Also,
I'd be cool with Rasheed here. I'd be cool with Brees here. I'd be fine with either of those.
Yeah, it is Bowers, Sammy, for sure.
Let's go Rice. It's Bowers, though. Again, it's just a structural thing, to be honest with you. Just a structural thing. I think that in reality, he might project a tiny bit better than some of the receivers going that range. I just would rather structurally build a team with the receiver first. And I love all of the tight ends pretty much from tight end 6 through 15 of ADP.
So I'm more on the frame of, I like the top 3 tight ends. McBride less than the other 2 because I have Loveland straight up over him. So I haven't been taking as much McBride. But when they're off the board, I actually more so like tanking to at least when Laporte is off the board. If you want to wait a little longer, you get a couple of like, I'm higher than you on Kittle. He's my tight end 8. Realistically, if I'm shooting for upside at the position, I know the known quantity that he is. There is risk, obviously, with the how does he look after the Achilles. But at the same time, if he even looks 80 to 85% of Kittle, we know that the offense is top 10 insulated. So I'm totally fine taking Kittle in that 110, 105 type of range, even knowing the risk, of course, coming off the injury.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Because like Dr. Ferretti basically told me like, hey, speed bridge repairs, like he should be fine. Like there shouldn't be a major injury risk for him. I just worry that he's not going to be the same player at age 33 coming
totally
off
valid.
Torn Achilles. Like it's not because George Kittle isn't capable of bucking the trend because he's a future Hall of Fame talent. He absolutely is. I just I don't think I'm getting enough of a discount. Like I don't feel like and I was kind of burned the year that TJ Hawkinson was coming off of his ACL tear, and I know they're completely different injuries, but I like drafted the crap out of TJ Hawkinson because I'm like, how often do you get a tight end, elite tight end at this discount? And it just sucked so much ass to have him. He's
never been on the level of Kittle. That's the thing.
No, he never has been on the level of Kittle, but he was literally tight end 1 in fantasy before that injury. So like he was like an elite tight end.
To be fair, like Hawkinson being tight end 1 that year was like the equivalent of like if Jake Ferguson was the tight end.
No, he was 15.5 point per game scorer. That is like an elite. If Colson Loveland did that, you'd be jizzing on his pictures.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I probably would.
Like that's all I'm saying with the whole like Kittle injury is that I just think I should be getting him more of a discount. I think he should be a round or 2 cheaper.
Valid. I'm worth taking the risk, but I'm also
I think if I'm gonna go with any of them, it will be Bowers though, for what it's worth. Like I'm not extremely enamored with Loveland at the 3-4 turn. I don't really love taking him there. I would rather take some of the cheaper tight ends.
He's more of the 4-5 turn. So like
if he's going at the 4-5 turn, sure. But I think that you would take him at the 3-4
I
turn,
would,
which is why I'm saying I would take him there.
Call me crazy. I'm fucking
I'd probably need a mid-third to take McBride, to be honest.
I'm a good report away from taking Loveland at the 2-3 turn.
Danny, you might take Loveland 101. Okay. If you go by our collective, it's about Terry McLaurin as the top pick. I'd be fine with McLaurin here if you want to go with him. I'd also be fine with Swift as well.
So I think I like
Throw the ball.
McLaurin or Burden at receiver. Obviously, you wouldn't take a Burden, so McLaurin here. The reason why is because I think Dave Montgomery or Swift would be great options, and it's likely that one of them falls to us.
Yeah, so
And
this
if
is
one of them
where,
doesn't, we get good value CLV wise.
yeah, it looks like Bucky is starting to settle in at his, mid 50s ADP or whatever. I'm curious to see what happens during camp with him. I could see myself getting a little higher on him.
Montgomery?
So I'd be
Or
fine
Burden?
taking Burden because he slid past ADP.
Let's do
as
it.
well, because I don't usually
We
take
have
Burden
Bijan
very often.
Hero running back build. We have Bijan.
Which, to be honest, I don't think hero running back is very optimal this year, but I do like the idea of getting my only shares of Burden when he slides past ADP. So,
because the way I agree with you, because the way I look at it is our first receiver off the board was in round 3, and given where our pick is, when you're talking about opportunity bundles, Dave Montgomery plus Marvin Harrison Jr. versus Luther Burden plus Jaylen Warren, I do prefer the Luther Burden Jaylen Warren side there.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my Pittsburgh projections, which I finished like 45 minutes
I'm all
ago,
in on Warren.
Yeah, Jaylen Warren came out with 12.82 PPR points per game, and that was with me kind of essentially like it was 46% of the rushing attempts to Jaylen Warren, 44.5% of the rushing attempts to Rico Dowdle. That was me being like a complete bitch and basically saying it's going to be a 50-50 split and not really taking a stance on the carries, because I do think that's where Dowdle would make, the most sense to work in. Is I gave Dowdle more rushing touchdowns than him as well. So, but Jaylen Warren I have projected for 57 receptions, which is something that is really important in an Aaron Rodgers offense. And here's the other thing, dude. Aaron Rodgers came out with 595 pass attempts in the projections, because Mike McCarthy, like, I gave them 1,075 projected plays, but the last 4 times he's been a coach, they've been well over 1,100. I get it's the Cowboys in 2018 Packers, but I think they got plays in the bank for sure.
Maybe I'm just unk, but when I look at the Steelers, they are one of like the most sexless offenses on paper. And then you actually look at it and they got a proven coach. They got a proven scheme. They have what I would describe at this point, probably an overrated defense with the way TJ Watt's kind of been aging, the rest of their units getting older. They were maybe a top 5 to 10 defense a couple years ago. They're average to slightly below average at this point defensively. You look at the overall scheme, the way that they're running it, Aaron Rodgers, the zero mobility that he'll bring, like, this team's going to run a lot of plays. They're going to throw the football a ton. And we look at what Kenny Gainwell leaves behind down the stretch, especially as a receiver. Even if Warren were to lose carries to Rico Dowdle, which he very well should in the grand scheme of things. Rico Dowdle,
I have him projected for 195 carries, which is like 35 less than he had last season.
But the fact that there's just so much meat left on the bone with what he could absorb as a receiver is what gets me very intrigued. I would not be shocked if Pittsburgh was like the 10th, like out of nowhere, they were the 10th highest yards per game offense in passing.
Yeah, dude, they were 15th in scoring last year with Calvin Austin as their wide receiver too. Like Michael Pittman, DK Metcalf, Jeremy Bernard, Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, no more tight end terrorist Arthur Smith, giving Jonnu Smith, Washington, and Freiermuth all like 50 targets each, because that's exactly what he did last year. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if, like, you guys know my thoughts on Pittman. I think he's literally one of the best picks on the board. I'd be fine with Daniels or Caleb here. I'd be fine taking a running back here as well and taking Warren.
So I think Warren should be able to fall to us because the guy behind us has 3 running backs.
Sure.
But like the thing is, like, I'm worried with the no badge. He would just take a quarterback and fuck receiver here, but we'll see what he goes.
Yeah,
but absolutely. If Warren falls back,
if Warren falls, I think we have to take a running back. I don't think we can leave this turn without taking one, because we're going to be screwed volume wise. Because I'm seeing people get cute and go, "This is now the year to go 0 RB," because no one thinks it's good anymore, guys. It's not good still this year. It's still not good. I'm a 0 RB guy at heart to some degree, but it is not a good year to go 0 RB. You need 2 running backs in the first 30 of ADP.
I'm Caleb over Jaden for a couple factors. I think the insulation in the offense, year 2 going into Ben Johnson's scheme, is going to really help him from an accuracy perspective. And I do think this is arguably a top 3 to 5 weapons core in the league versus with Jaden Daniels. Like, the whole goal, the whole hope that they have as a passing attack is that they can bring in Brandon Ayuk and that Terry McLaurin gets back to the level he was. So I'm still willing to take Terry McLaurin high because I think the volume and being used across the formation makes him a good pick. But in relation to Jaden versus some of the other quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams, Drake May, kind of who I have ranked in that second tier, I do more so rather value Jaden Daniels as the start of the next year, just because I'm more worried about where the offense is at. With Caleb Williams, I love the offensive projection. I love the player. I love the ascension opportunity going to year 3. And I do also think from a pure best ball perspective, you're getting that environment against Detroit in week 17. Like, you cannot beat that.
You and I are on an island on Jaden Daniels, eh?
Really?
He's my QB8.
He's QB6 for me. So I'm a little bit higher than you.
Just to give you an idea, everybody else on the site has him either 3 or 4.
Yeah, I understand the upside case there, but I'm a little bit more concerned with how the passing offense projects for sure.
I like the David Blau addition. I just like when I look at it, it's a lot more like analytics-y for me to some degree to say like I just think that Jalen Hurts and Sean Mannion are more well set up, and he runs the ball just.
I have Hurts a lot lower.
Justin Herbert, I want pieces of this freaking Chargers offense, and Justin Herbert had a career high. Had a career high in rushing yards and rushing attempts. Caleb Williams, I think that's a toss-up. Anybody wants to rank Jaden over him, that's totally fine with me, just because even if you're like, okay, I like Caleb's weapons better, it's like Jaden's going to run the ball more, so it could offset there. And then the other one I would hear out is Drake May. But I personally think that Jaden Daniels is the third option of the second-year quarterbacks. Caleb and Drake having the better passing weapons makes the floor of their every week projection a little bit better. And I don't think they're giving you nothing as runners. Like Jaden's obviously going to give you more as a runner, but also Jaden has the injury concern because of how he runs the ball as well. So it's close though. They're all close.
This is currently how I have it ranked. So I have Hurts obviously a good bit lower than you. I'm just more concerned about how the offense
Mason's
projects.
face on your picture.
Yeah, Loki, it is. What the fuck? I just clocked that. But I'm a little bit more concerned with Jalen Hurts. As much as I like Mekhi Lemon and what they did on the offensive end, realistically, I do think losing AJ Brown is a big impact. And it's more so just I love how this entire range kind of projects. You have the offensive projection, the passing projection of Dak. You have Trevor Lawrence, who's the quarterback 1 down the stretch last year 2 in Liam Cohen's scheme. And you have obviously, you have Herbert at 4, so you know the upside there.
I'm at 5. I'm at Hurts ahead of him, but yeah.
So,
they're
these guys feel the safest, but these guys I love the
great.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just saying, like these guys, I think slightly project better in terms of both having the offensive projection as well as a dual factor ability, maybe a hanging piece. Like if you're Burrow potentially winning MVP this year in the pure offensive passing projection, Lamar getting back to that rushing level, Caleb multiple factors. He's a rusher plus he has the insulation. Drake May, you're getting a 20
we're on the clock.
Quarterback, adding AJ Brown. So I view those guys ahead, but
we got to make a pick here.
We'll pick quick.
Yeah, Pittman all day. He's by far the best.
I'm cool with it. I don't have him this high, but that's fine. Laporta.
I'd be fine with Laporta. Yeah, let's go with Laporta.
Yeah, bring back for week 17 too.
We already have Bauer.
Right. Yeah, fair. I forgot about that.
I'd be fine with Dobbins to get a running back piece. I'd be fine with Addison, Downs, or Addison or Downs as well.
Let's go Downs. Yeah. But yeah, realistically, and I said 6 to 11. I did actually move Mahomes down to the start of the next year just because there is still a question mark if he's going to play week 1. If he played in week 1, he'd probably be at the end of the tier above. But yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I disagree with is having Caleb Williams and Drake May like a tier ahead of Jaden Daniels. Even though I have Jaden Daniels actually lower in my rankings than you have him in your rankings, I think that they should at least all be in the same tier because Jaden, I have Drake May projected for like just under 600 rushing yards. I have Caleb Williams projected for just under 500 rushing yards. Like Jaden, if he's healthy, the whole season's going to rush the ball like 800 yards total. So he's got to be at least in the same tier, even if you think there's going to be a shave off of a passing projection.
Well, part of it too, I also think his rushing projection isn't as clean as it was as a rookie. Like I think I'm kind of factoring in a bridge between where he was last year versus where he was as a rookie.
So what changed? Because you were of the opinion that he might outscore Josh Allen last year.
Correct. And then he had a year where he was banged up and we did see them limit his rushing attempts even when he played. So I am curious going into year 3 because he got banged up last year and he had a couple really horrific injuries. Like the elbow injury specifically was disgusting. Like from a pure asset management perspective, if you're an owner, if you're a GM, if you're the head coach and you think, oh, this guy's the leader of my franchise and we saw what it looked like last year and he got absolutely beat up, I think his rushing tendency is not going to be like what it was as a rookie.
Yeah, I could see that. And that's why I prefer Jalen Hurts over him because we're hearing the opposite from Philadelphia is that Philadelphia wants to run Jalen Hurts closer to his career average of like 8-9 times a game instead of like the 6 times a game that he was running last year.
Yeah, like if you want to argue, I have Hurts low. Like
I think you do, to be honest. in the video that we're going to do, I might actually even make that one of my things.
So I fully understand it, but also it's just more so for me. I'm very optimistic about that quarterback 6 to 10 range. If you have Hurts over Lawrence, Dak, and guys like that, that's fine. I
have Hurts in the same tier as Burrow and Lamar, Danny.
Yeah, I don't. So
because once you go through the projections, it's almost impossible not to get him there with how much rushing upside he has.
Yeah, I'm just more concerned it might look similar to like it was last year.
I mean, even last year though, he rushed.
He was an 18.7
touchdowns, career low rushing yards per attempt, career low rushing attempts per game.
But I think even if he claws back a little bit, it was an 18.7 point per game quarterback.
Yeah, which I'm not arguing he's going to be as bad as he was last year. I think the team is going to bounce back. They also ran 1,010 plays, which is like by far the lowest in the Nick Sirianni era too. Like part of it was just like they couldn't sustain drives. They were shortened drives for whatever reason. And I like the addition of Lemon and Stowers. And I think that Barkley will be much better this year. So
do we want to go with like Bill or Mason or someone like
I'd be fine with Mason. I'm not a huge Bill guy, so I'd be fine with Mason.
I'm cool with that.
I'm not really super high on Mason either, to be honest with you, but I feel like we just need a guy that's, could project for touches kind of thing.
So I actually have Mason and Aaron Jones relatively similar in my rankings. I think I have Mason at RB 37 and I have Jones at RB 37 and Mason at RB 40, I think. Yeah. I think they're going to just be a committee.
Yeah. Do you want to take Bill here? Or do you want to go
You're
Kelsey even too?
What are you feeling? I'm cool with Kelsey too if we want to do that, but I'm also cool with Bill.
Let's go Bill. I never take him.
Let's go Bill.
He fits this team.
Yeah, and it makes it so that we could still theoretically end off with 5 running backs, in my opinion.
Yeah, we probably would have to take the 5th pretty soon, but
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, like in my projections, like it's actually not that close of a backfield split. Like I have Aaron Jones with 55.5% of the rushing attempts, Jordan Mason with 31%. I have Aaron Jones with 57 targets, Jordan Mason with 14.
So like I'm definitely on higher than Mason than you.
I mean, when healthy last year, Aaron Jones was by far the clear starter.
So
like
I understand that. It's more so baking in that he didn't stay healthy, and I think as an older running back, they're going to take more off of his plate. That's really what it comes down to for me.
I get that, but he was good when he was on the field.
Yeah, no, again, I think he's good, but ultimately they're going to say, hey, fuck, you did get injured. Hey, fuck, you are Holder. And we do have trust. We have faith in Jordan Mason and what's going to be a better projectable offense. I do think with Kyler Murray there as well, like that can only impact a guy like Mason in terms of his efficiency. Because realistically with Jones, like he is the space back. He is the speed back. He was getting more preferential usage. I do think with Kyler Murray back there, do we see more space between the tackles?
Maybe, but again, to my point, like Jones was the one getting the carries when healthy. So whoever's starting for the team is the one who benefits. And to me, Jones.
What I'm arguing is that he's going to lose a chunk of his workload because he's an older back who didn't sustain the workload last year.
I get that, but like he was still good when healthy.
Sure, but I'm saying he didn't end up being healthy. Like he got hurt, and I think a team is going to
came back from the injury. They gave him the workload all over again.
But what I'm saying is they're going to try to prevent that by muting his workload comparative to the last year. You don't want
until I hear evidence of that. I'm not going to just project it.
I mean, we'll see. Ultimately, I just think from a heuristics
one of the most ambiguous backfields in the league for sure.
From a heuristics perspective, wow, I can't even speak English. From a heuristics perspective, I just love the thought process of trusting the 27-year-old getting more of a workload than he got last year comparatively.
Yeah, I mean, this is not just this backfield that this would factor into. Yeah. The heuristics perspective that I'm taking in this situation is the guy that's always been the starting running back of his team, assuming health. Because even though he's 31, 32 years old, he averages like 4.6 yards per carry since he's been a Minnesota Viking, which has only been in his age 30 and 31 season. So it's not like he's fallen off at all from a talent perspective.
I'll just leave it like this. Alvin Kamara is Alvin Kamara till he's no longer Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, here's the other thing too: is that I'm a big Damon Claiborne slappy. I am not probably going to be taking a ton of Damon Claiborne in best ball because I think he's absolutely live for zero.
Jaden Blue 2.0, baby.
He will 100% be a 15th round redraft dart throw where I can just cut bait with him and churn the waiver wire if it doesn't work out, and he will be on waiver wire speed dial the second something happens in this backfield too.
So I'm semi being facetious, but also I've been taking a decent bit of Jaden Blue because the thing with him is if he gets opportunity, it's a valuable role. So I think in the last round, it's perfectly reasonable. I was leaning Malik Davis, but they've been hyping him up.
Yeah. What do we want to do a quarterback here?
Oh, do you want to take a quarterback?
I don't like any of these quarterbacks. So I think
we can go with Jones and Shaheed.
Let's take Shaheed first because I need more time to decide on this.
I don't mind Cam Ward either because we can.
We could take Shaheed and Darnold.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers later is a great pick.
Yeah, this is going to be a 3 quarterback team for sure. I think
we could 2 quarterback it with Caleb and Aaron because Caleb I think is worthwhile.
I don't think you can 2 quarterback that. No, I'd be fine taking Darnold here and then Rodgers with our next pick, assuming he falls back.
I'm cool with that. I can sign off.
I think that when you get outside, like where's the like the Dalton line to quote the ATN he'd to call kind of erasure of like the average quarterbacks, the below average quarterbacks. The line for me where I can't no longer have that guy as my second and only quarterback is Tyler Shuck, CJ Stroud, Jordan Love. The second those guys are off the board, I need a third quarterback, I think. In best ball, obviously, is the only frame of mind I'm talking about here. Like if Darnold, Daniel Jones, Malik Willis, Bryce Young, like one of those guys, my second quarterback, I can't have no third quarterback. And I don't care if, Josh Allen's my first quarterback. I think that having 3 quarterbacks in best ball is just optimal 90% of the time to get your team through. Yes, Chess Liam guys will argue that, it's more optimal to have 2 great quarterbacks in ping pong weeks and that kind of thing. I am still of the opinion that advancing more teams is a good thing.
Yeah, I think the more volume you have getting there, everybody needs to get lucky at the end of the day.
Yeah. And again, like those guys would argue, it's like, hey, if you can get there with 2 quarterbacks, that's another bullet you have at tight end or at wide receiver or at running back. I just think quarterbacks score the most fantasy points of any of the positions. Like if me drafting primarily 3 quarterback builds gets me a 28% advance rate versus a 22% advance rate, like it's all bullets after that point. Like you just want as many through as you can. And I trust myself to build optimally around 3 quarterback builds. I think that the whole like 3 quarterback builds as an optimal argument applies when you take Drake May, Jordan Love, and CJ Stroud, because then it's a law of diminishing returns at that point. But if you take Caleb Williams with 2 of these lower end guys like Aaron Rodgers and Sam Darnold, then it's a good, well-processed 3 quarterback build.
How about my 3 quarterbacks? Let's see his 3 quarterbacks. Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, and one more.
I would hope that you've got a cheaper one. Burrow. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's about the line for me. Like, I think you could have gotten away with Goff and Joe Burrow, but I'm fine tacking a Daniel Jones onto that team. But I wouldn't probably have taken Goff in hindsight. Like, I would have maybe gone Stroud or a Mayfield as my second quarterback. I don't think you quite needed a Goff caliber second quarterback. That's all respect to Goff. I think he's a really good projection this year.
Jennings' hair and Gadsden's jersey colors matching the backgrounds perfectly.
Yeah, that's funny. AJ said, do I need a third quarterback? Go to Ginger Ale's team.
Baker.
Herbert and Prescott. No, I'd be fine with 2 quarterbacks there. You could hypothetically tack on a third quarterback to that team. Like, I also think I reject the idea that a third quarterback isn't a dart throw. Like taking Geno Smith, if you think he's going to have a good season on a team that normally would be fine with 2 quarterbacks, that's just as similar of a dart throw as taking a random 6th running back or a random 8th wide receiver to me. Like I was taking 18th round dart throws on Daniel Jones last year on teams that didn't need Daniel Jones on them. And he still hit the lineup consistently. If you're going to get 3 to 4 usable weeks out of a player in round 18, it's a good pick regardless of the position.
Also, everybody is confirming, and I'm on the same opinion, honestly, that the Raptors A+, like straight
smash. Up. Giga smash move. Okay, what do we need construction-wise? What are we looking at here? Okay, so Rodgers didn't fall. I think we're going to have to wait as our next quarterback pick. I'd be fine with like a Boston here, get an upside receiver if you want to do that.
Wait, did Rodgers go?
He went.
Oh, this is unlucky.
Unlucky.
Did you auto Rodgers?
Oh, no, he didn't go. He's there.
Yeah, we take him then. I don't even mind just taking him here, making sure.
I mean, we'll get him at the next pick. No problem. He's got 2 quarterbacks already.
Okay.
I mean, hopefully.
If you want to risk it.
He's got Jaden and Jordan Love. I hope he doesn't take Aaron Rodgers. But
for what it's worth, I probably would have pushed for Barner, but I'm cool with Boston.
Okay, yeah. Let's take Rodgers here to make sure we get him. And then, we don't have a second tight end yet, correct?
No.
Okay. I mean, we don't need.
We could take Freiermuth.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Freiermuth is perfect for this team for sure, as long as the buys are fine. What is Pittsburgh's buy? Oh, 9. Week 9. Okay, so we're good. 9. We're good there. Perfect.
I like the squad though.
This is I think we landed playing decently. We also have Jalen Warren on this team, which I didn't even really factor in.
If Barner somehow falls back too, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Barner. I guess we have Darnold for the correlation there too. What is our fifth running back situation looking like? We definitely are going to need to take a running back soon. We have Mason, Krosky, Merritt,
probably
Warren, and Bijan. Yeah, we're going to need a fifth running back probably with our next pick, I would imagine.
Yeah, Freiermuth plus running back makes sense to me.
Yeah, like trying to think. Do we? I was going to say, because we have the Seahawks correlation, would we want to take a shot on their backfield with our last running back pick, like a Emmanuel Wilson, George Holani, or even?
Let's just look at the board. I think we take the best projection, I would say.
Yeah,
so let's look at the board. Spicy.
I think it's going to end up being like handcuff territory, if I had to guess. Yeah, I'd be fine with. I mean, we have correlation with
Bigsby would be great.
Kamara. I'd be fine with Tucker. Would be my pick. I think he's the best running back on the board currently.
Bigsby, Tucker, Kamara, Ray Davis.
Yeah,
Catron. Oh, we have.
we have Krosky Merritt already.
Marshawn Lloyd's have been a decent click for me. Could go again like one of the Seahawks guys, Jordan James.
Yeah,
you have some options. I mean,
I'd be fine with Bigsby and Tucker with our next pick for sure. If either of those guys, Ball or Kamara, I'd be auto clicking either one of those three guys.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And someone asked in the chat if we're going to do another team. Yeah, we'll do one more.
Yeah, I'm down.
Mendoza, the ultimate third quarterback this year. So generally, like when I build 3 quarterback builds, I want the guy to probably start 17 games, and I think Mendoza's probably not. But I do also, like I did definitely tack on my fair share of Jackson Dart to teams as third quarterback last year, and I knew he wasn't going to start 17 games. So I think Mendoza, very reasonable third quarterback to tack on, especially if you think he's just going to smash or whatever whenever he takes over. And I can't anticipate that the Raiders can start Kirk Cousins for more than a month before people are clamoring for Mendoza to play games. Like Cousins is going to be shit. He's not going to be good, right? Like we're not expecting Kirk Cousins to even play as good as Russell Wilson played for the first couple of games of last season.
Yeah, Freiermuth if he falls, Kamara would also be good. Ray Davis would be good. Go with any of those, honestly.
Yeah, I think
Freiermuth first,
probably our priority here. Yeah.
Yeah, the only issue is the guy behind us has 2 tight ends and he only has 4 running backs. So maybe we play the game, but
hopefully this guy doesn't take him.
This guy needs a tight end. Oh no,
Franklin. Okay, taking the Busch special.
Thank God.
Okay, so yeah, he went to Kamara. Made the decision easy. So we go Freiermuth here, and
hopefully
then
Ray Davis.
Yeah, I mean we could go play the Genty injury and go Mike Washington. We have Bowers for correlation.
Yeah. I just think Mike Washington isn't as crystal clear of a backup as Davis is personally. Like, I think if Genty were to go down, that Las Vegas is also live to like sign a Najee Harris, sign somebody like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Ray Davis would be in a split with Ty Johnson if James Cook went down, to be honest.
Maybe, but even with the split, though, maybe he gets 55 to 60% of the work of the Bills.
I'm going to have to take some like quaaludes to not draft Nick Singleton every time he's on the board, because to me he's just the best running back on the board.
We can take Singleton.
He's Pittsburgh correlation too.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I would slightly prefer Davis, but I don't mind Singleton.
Of my teams though at his current price, at his old price at 168.
Oh God,
like I can't draft him anymore. I have to cool down on him.
This one's for you, Stana. This one's for you.
Literally, Singleton's my favorite 0 to draft as well. I just like Nick Singleton, even just from a dynasty perspective, like I will admit is live to draw a 0 because of the type of player he is and how much work he needs as an NFL running back. But at the same time, if Nick Singleton ends up being like the guy you need because he ends up being a back end RB1 for the last 10 games of the season because Pollard got hurt or Spears got hurt or Singleton just put it all together in one training camp, I'm going to be kicking myself that I didn't draft a guy with 4.2 speed and a great receiving profile in the fucking 17th round and of every single draft that I was in.
Also, hear me out. There was a report that came out. I think it's still likely that it's Golden State, but what if fucking LeBron went to Washington to go play with AD?
I saw that as like outside the possibility thing that he could do, and he's just trying to complete the whole Jordan lore of playing in Washington at the end of his career, I guess.
Hear me out. That team would fucking smack though. Trae Young, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, AJ DeBonsa, all their young wings that they have.
All like for number 5 in the Eastern Conference.
I don't know, man. That team, obviously it'd be completely volatile because like 2 of your best players are so injury prone. I mean, fucking your 3 best players are so injury prone.
Over under fucking 61 and a half games from Davis and LeBron combined.
I mean, both those guys, I mean, even if you're lower on them, both those guys are still like top 20-ish level options, even with the risk.
There we go. Now we finally got the blockbuster trade details. Apparently, Kawhi Leonard wants to retire a Raptor.
Wow.
Oh, it's fucking 2019
great,
me would be just doing cartwheels right now, man. And I'm still like, anybody who's experienced a championship for their favorite team knows that you have a certain attachment to the players on that team. Especially the way that the Raptors won that championship, like going through and being down 2-0 to the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Final and coming back and winning that series, going through the gauntlet of playing the Golden State Warriors, peak Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors, and then the injuries that kind of befuddled the Warriors in that series with Durant and Klay Thompson getting injured. And it seemed like, I can admit, like, we got lucky to some degree. Like, I actually do think that the Raptors could have still won that series, even with a healthy Durant and Klay
You wouldn't
Thompson.
have been the favorites, though.
No, absolutely not. And it makes me feel a little bit better about the Blue Jays losing, knowing that we kind of got one sent our way from the gods when Durant and Klay Thompson got hurt. So it's like the city of Toronto experienced the stroke of luck once, at least. I'd be fine with Cup, even though I'm not a huge Cup guy. Is it telling us to take a wide receiver? Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with Cup.
We could also play the angle of, like, if JSN were to miss time, we have Shaheed and Cup stacked up with Darnold. So
yeah, I'd be fine with that. Spicy, do you want to just really quick go to the Dalmatian, the $101 to enter one, and just see if it would be close to filling? I'm just curious because I wouldn't mind doing one of those while that contest is live.
Also, yeah, trust me, Bushy is all in on Singleton. I like Singleton too. I'm not as high because I do think he's got concerns mentally that he just simply hasn't fixed. But I mean, who knows? From a physical traits perspective, obviously, I mean, you can't teach that size and speed.
No, you can't. And we'll wait this out for 2 to 3 minutes. If nothing changes on the waiting for 4 people, we can go chill on that while we're waiting for that to fill. Again, we're going to do 101 to enter Dalmatian draft, assuming it fills in time. For those of you guys that got the bankroll or want to join a draft with us, that's a little bit more higher stakes here. You can go ahead to the main lobby and hit that. I will just really quick show off the best ball tool just while we're waiting for that to happen. For those of you guys that are unaware, we have the best ball overlay that we've been drafting with all day. That is available in the best ball package that you can add on to your annual mother flocker. It's 146 total to get an annual mother flocker. And there's 3 people remaining in that, by the way, to get the annual mother flocker with the best ball tool added. But if you're already an existing annual mother flocker, you only need to pay the like $47, $48 difference to get the best ball tool added, which is less than 2 BBM drafts and much cheaper than all of the overlays and add-ons of the other, content creators that you've probably seen, some of those ones there. And you get this entire like portfolio of access, right? Like you can see in the drafts that I've done so far that yes, Nick Singleton is the highest drafted player that I have. And you can also see some of your stack ownership. You can sort by creators rankings like myself, for example, and you can see how your teams stack up based on my rankings. You can see that based on anybody else's rankings, the teammates drafted by team, tons of stuff there. And no, it's not a Malik Beasley jersey.
You know the lore about Malik Beasley now, right?
No. What is the lore about him?
So he got arrested because it was like proven basically he was betting on the NBA when he was in the NBA.
Right. Yeah. Because didn't he go coast to coast to cover the 8.5 points or something at the end of the game?
Something like that. Yeah.
But like there was like a spread that he almost hit. It was like they were down 9 points or something. And there's like 2 seconds left of the game. He goes coast to coast and dunks the ball to backdoor cover the spread.
There's another video of him needing like 4 rebounds and he gets 3 with like a whole quarter left. And for the whole fourth quarter, you just see him like he's literally boxing out Giannis to get this rebound.
That's hilarious.
Bro.
Also, we're waiting on one more person.
So wish the tool updated. So to give you an idea,
you have to click on it and reload it.
Yeah. So Spicy, while we're waiting for one more person here. Go to draft, Spicy, and go to completed. If you go to the top of your, I guess you can't really see it because he's not sharing his entire Chrome tab, but all you have to do is go to the Chrome extension and hit sync, and it should load your drafts. And I know it's a pain in the ass that it doesn't do it automatically, but I'm assuming there's some kind of like back-end UI coding reason why it doesn't do that. I'd have to ask the devs that specific question, but I'm sure Mason has asked him that before. So All you have to do is sync the drafts after you do them. You don't have to sync them all right away immediately. If you do a batch of slows or something, you can sync them when they're done. Or if you do a couple fasts over a few days, you can sync them when they're done. But all you have to do is go to drafts and hit sync on the actual Chrome extension.
Did you see? Apparently, there was a report that came out that Najee Harris said he admitted that multiple players run straight to their lockers after the second quarter to see what fans, fantasy managers, etc., are tweeting about them.
That had to have been a specifically like. I'm trying to think of what player would care about that. That had to have been a Juju thing, right?
Yeah, probably Juju.
It had to have been Juju that he was talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to even
let's lock in because this is $100.
We got Davis Sharps in the chat here. We got Davis at 103 and Sacrilegious at 104. So, and Sir King Jared at the 111. Shout out.
Let's
we
go.
got
The
friends
boys are
and family in the chat here. So, is Davis live right now? Just out of curiosity.
Curious. I'll go check.
If Davis is live, I'm gonna comment on his stream here. He is live right now.
Let's see.
Team FSE in here at 109.
Oh man, $100 on the line. This 109 decision's about to get fucking.
I just typed Ladster and Bushy here.
Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna know the lore of your fake account though.
Oh,
Good thing I did it on the main account. Danny, you did it last time. We're not doing it again. We might have to capitulate on James Cook, who's not in either of our top ranked player, but I'm not taking CeeDee Lamb again. We already did it once. Jimmy Cooks, Chase Brown.
if we have to, James Cook, I would go Lamb because he's a tier above both those guys for both of us.
I know you got to make that decision already.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm not burning $101 on 16 points per game. All right, James Cook is how we start this one out. Danny's chagrin, I would assume. He's got to make Sir King Jared maybe as the Washington fan take CeeDee Lamb at the 111.
I texted in Davis's chat. He made me pass on Lamb.
Hell yeah.
Bro, keep in mind, Busch also has Lamb ranked higher.
Okay.
London.
Do we want to go the week 17 correlation of Achan?
London.
Okay.
There we go.
I would argue that anytime London is drafted over Achan, an angel loses its wings as well.
I'm rage baiting you back, asshole.
Busch is the king of rage bait. To be fair, I have the easiest target to rage bait in the history of rage bait. So,
for what it's worth, I think Cook and London's actually a pretty unique combo.
How?
Because how many people are taking Cook in the first and then London?
I mean, isn't his ADP like 110, James Cook?
It's like 112, and London is at like 18.
All right. Spicy check. Why is James Cook 109 like a hot take? Like that's exactly where he should be going in my mind.
I don't think that's a hot take, but I think over Lamb is pretty crazy. But I mean, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, I have Lamb ranked at 108. I just think structurally, I like drafting a running back in the first round more.
Yeah, frankly, I think from an opportunity bundle, I love getting a running back and a receiver at that end of the board. So that's where we'll differ for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we could have gone Lamb Achan, but Cook London to me is definitely fine.
I'm definitely one of like the big targets when it comes to like people look forward to rage baiting me because of my reactions. Like that's been throughout my life though. Like I've gone to accept the fact that I live to get rage baited.
Yep, you do. Also,
is eating your vegetables early. You're not wrong. Not wrong.
Eating my vegetables early is how I feel about drafting Drake London. I felt like I just took a piece of celery with the fucking 204.
Trust me. I mean, fuck, the Lamb Brown combo was definitely feeling a lot nicer in the first.
Well, Brown didn't fall to us. It would have been Lamb and Achan most likely, Lamb and Achan most likely.
Yeah, we each got our stance. I mean, hell, if we got Lamb, I would have signed off on Achan for sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with our next pick. This is whoever said like Busch makes all the picks, Danny makes all the picks. This is the situation where neither of us are happy with the start of the draft. That's kind of what's.
Do we alternate picks? Is that what we're doing now? You want to alternate picks?
Sure, I'll take
Follow
this
the
pick.
trend. Fuck it. Get ready to learn 404 Colson Loveland.
Oh, dude, on a
We're literally
$101
just
entry.
fucking around for the $101 entry, by the
Yeah,
way.
can we
Here,
not fuck
do you
around
okay.
with the
Yo,
101?
yo, okay.
Do this
I'll
shit.
I'll take the third round. You take the fourth then. So I don't I won't take Loveland. I promise. In the third.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right.
They had two drafts. Guys, they had two drafts through this bullshit.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be all in on London again. I already know myself. Nice piece of juicy ribeye. Yeah, bro, it's so beautiful. I love it. So we could take the running back here. Is there any running back you'd like at the fourth? Because if so, we could take Allen.
I would go Kyron if it was my pick, but I'll let you go.
Let's go Allen.
All right.
I don't take a lot of Allen.
Yeah, I mean, when you got James Cook, bring him up
That's
the
what I'm
board.
thinking.
Small field tournaments too, like taking kind of like a sexless Josh Allen, where you're like, it's crazy to say that about Josh Allen, but like he's not like the win best ball mania type of player, but he is the like advance out of your pod in a small field contest type of player. So
yeah, no, I know what you mean. And when I'm looking at it realistically in a 1 week setting, say we do make it to that week 17 game, I think we have a candidate to finish as the number one overall at each of the positions.
yeah,
Like I think London and AJ Brown are like the last two receivers I truly feel comfortable projecting that type of ceiling. But obviously Cook and Allen, like we've seen it before. And I do think in the new context of the offense, we're going to get more receiving opportunity for Cook. So we can even make the pitch that maybe he catches 2 touchdowns in that game.
No one's going to want to do it, but I'm comfortable doing it. I would take Josh Jacobs here.
Sure.
I don't think that there's going to be, I think it's going to be very Judkins-esque, like the discipline that comes Jacobs' way. And I don't think we're going to get a suspension this season if there is one at all. It sounds like the legal side of things played out to some degree so far, and he wasn't charged with anything. I'm sure we're going to hear more news closer to training camp relating to this, and this could be stupid if he gets suspended 6 games. But I think in the 4th round, I'm willing to take the swing on Jacobs for sure. Because in my projections, he came out projecting very comparable to Jeremiah Love, Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker, all guys that go in round 2.
Yeah, and realistically, as much as I love Trevion Henderson, like Josh Jacobs is just such a more secure workload. So I would lean in that direction. But like you said, if he is entering the year fully healthy and we know that the legal issue is part of the past, that point, him versus Kyron versus Javonte is kind of how I view the tier.
Also, Scribble's saying medium cooked. Medium. That's how you eat your steaks? What are we, 8 years old?
I like medium rare / medium. I don't like anything different. Like that's the specter.
If it isn't mid rare, it's wrong.
Well, I think medium rare is like the ultimate, but I think medium would be my second preferred cut.
Oh, I'd prefer
second
rare
preferred
to medium.
cook. Sorry. Oh, I would definitely prefer medium to rare.
Yeah, I would take rare over medium any day of the week. As long as the fat's rendered, I would take rare. I ribeye, not as much because it's hard to render fat on a rare cook, but medium rare is just the
medium rare is like the staple. But if I had to go one up from medium rare or one down, I would definitely just take a medium for sure.
I'll say it once more. I would love to see the one person only draft. I mean, hopefully you will get to see that if Underdog gets legalized in Ontario for draft purposes over the next few months, which maybe we will. So maybe you'll get an opportunity to see a solo live stream of one of us drafting or whatever.
So shout out, so Davis, obviously with this show, one of the groups of contestants, they did like a draft. It was a best ball draft and you bid on like the pick and you had like an overall budget, but you had to bid for each pick. If we did that where we had like X amount to like spend and we had to bid on each pick, that'd be hilarious. Like just like we did a BBM draft.
Would be fun. Yeah,
we know.
I mean,
we know there's
also
18
do like
rounds.
a randomizer, like what Pete does with like the randomizer, like some crazy shit where it's like, oh no, we have to like pick Matt LaFleur only coached or like McShanahan only coached teams or something like that.
Getting creative would be fun for sure.
Yeah,
just,
so whose turn is this to make this pick? Are you making this one or am I? Are we going to alternate who goes first since that's what we did in the first 2 rounds?
We could do that. If you want this pick like much more than the 6th, I'm cool with giving it to you.
Yeah, I would prefer this pick.
Okay, yeah, that's fine with me. There is a pick that makes a lot of sense, but
yeah,
honestly,
we'll see what happens here. Let's if we go by our ranks, Carnell Tate, Jadarian Price is the top 2 with Brian Thomas Jr. there.
Yep.
I know DJ Moore is correlated, but I actually would like to build out this stack that we fade DJ Moore and take the other options like Kincaid and whatnot. So I would go Jadari and Price with this selection and really just prioritize getting the 3 hammers at running back there.
We can play into this as a 3 tight end build with Kincaid being one of those tight ends. So I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah. And I think we should have a good opportunity for one of Tate, Watson, Tyson, or DJ Moore to fall back to us, which is also why I wanted to take Price, because I figured we would take the receiver and then there'd be nothing good on the board at running back potentially for us.
Only issues if all 3 of those receivers go in the next 4 picks. But like, hopefully,
I'd be fine taking Tyler Warren if they do go, and then taking Kincaid as our second tight end and being done at tight end.
We're good anyways, though. We get one.
Yeah, we're guaranteed one of them. So. I mean, I'd also, for what it's worth, I have Harrison ranked over Jordan Tyson, so I'd be fine taking him.
I mean, if Moore falls back 64,
we got to take DJ Moore now.
You got it, bite the bullet here. We played the ADP game. We get him at the 64 spot. Get a 9-pick discrepancy in terms of.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm probably going to have maybe 2% DJ Moore this entire. Like, I don't think DJ Moore is a good pick at all, frankly, because I think that best case scenario, you're getting like a 13 point per game guy, like full PPR point per game guy. And worst case scenario, you're getting like Amari Cooper when he was on the Bills. Like, I think honestly, it could be that bad. Like, it could go that poorly.
So I think you're right overall. What I'm hoping he becomes is, can he be like what Stephon Diggs was last year, where Stephon Diggs was kind of a similar range player, was kind of, you know, a 70% snap type of guy. Some weeks he would have the big blowups. Some weeks he would get limited in snaps. Like, that's kind of how I view DJ Moore, except you're obviously not getting the aspect of him coming off of a very terrifying. I mean, ACL is not really terrifying at this point because of the studies going its way, but terrifying in the sense that it was an older receiver coming off of an ACL tear. That's why people were very concerned about Diggs.
Yeah, like, I mean, I have DJ Moore with a 20.8% target share projected.
Also,
I have
thank you, Jared. I appreciate that.
15.75%. Like, I don't see a big difference between Shakir, Kincaid, and Moore as far as target share is concerned. I think those will be the 3 leading receivers on the team in some order. Again, I would say that it's more likely to be DJ Moore as the leading receiver, but I don't think he's going to like 26% target share lead the team in targets.
So the way I kind of view it is, you remember the click that Debo was 2 years ago?
On the Commanders or on San Fran?
What was the year that he was it 2 years ago? Whatever the year that he was viable to start the year, and then he kind of died at the end of it. Was it last year?
Last year, he was really good at the beginning of the year in Washington.
And then he got hurt. And then, so it was last year then.
Daniels got hurt and the whole offense crumbled.
But he was like a 7th round pick last year, 6th round pick. Like, I view DJ Moore versus Debo as kind of similar archetypes.
Yeah, that's a good comp for it. I'm actually kind of a little bit surprised, to be honest, that the Commanders didn't just re-sign Debo Samuel. Like, he's still sitting out there. Like, I mean, I'm sure they want Ayuk in theory, but like, Ayuk hasn't been cut yet. Ayuk is still doing all this crash out stuff. Like, to me, if I was Washington by this point in the offseason, I would have just been like, screw Ayuk. This is an ongoing situation. Let's just bring back Debo. He's still unsigned. Like, somebody's going to sign him. He's not going to wash out of the league. He's definitely good enough to play at this point.
My 2 shouts here would be one of them went with Makai. I'll go QJ, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we both know QJ. That's what I would be doing based on my ranking there.
Basically an honorary pick for me.
There you go. So QJ also, is your pick there. I think, with my pick, one thing I wanna is Goff.
Yeah, Hall in the first.
Yeah, what?
I'll haul over Goff straight up, even in the super flex.
Yeah. One thing I want to get clear on, Danny, I don't want to have a significant stance on the Denver Broncos backfield the way that I have one now. I have like very clearly it's Jonah Coleman. That's my stance right now. But I do actually
I like Dobbins at cost too.
I like Dobbins at cost, and I also want to get about 6% RJ Harvey, like to cover my base. I'm going to
be at like 2%.
I don't think he's that bad of a pick, to be honest with you. I think having 16 points per game back half of your rookie season is a little bit underrated. So
that's why context matters.
We don't need a running back, but
Worthy?
I'll go Godwin. I think he's the best receiver on the board.
I think I prefer no, I have Godwin higher. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, Worthy has the correlation to the Chargers for me. I just the team rhetoric and the beat writer rhetoric and whatnot is actually seemingly pushing me in the direction of when I do the Bucs projections, because they're like the next team I'm doing, it's probably going to be a little bit tighter of a target share than I would have initially anticipated between Ngbuka and Godwin as the leading receiver.
So, Ovio, question for you. If that's your quarterback core, you're not competing with it anyways. You kind of mentioned you're not really competing, but productive struggle. If you're not going for the win, like all full pot committed, I want
Goff
to win
needs
the
to be off your
championship
team.
this
He's
year,
32 years old.
he has to be off your team anyways, and this is too good of a trade to pass up. Like,
Yeah,
this is
and
like,
you can probably flip. Like, I expect Breece Hall to have a bounce back production season. You could probably flip him for damn near 2 firsts of value during the season. And
Yeah.
Hall's also young enough that if
I'm
you
on the
were in a
same page,
one-year
Scribbles.
punt situation, you could hold him for this year. But I do think that he will produce pretty well this season. So you're probably better off just waiting because he's on the Jets, right? So nobody's going to be like buying high on Breece Hall right now until they see him actually start to produce. And I have faith that he'll do that.
So real quick, because we were talking about Harvey and Scribble said no interest in Harvey. Like, I think the best case scenario is you're hoping this is like a Jerick McKinnon situation where he's used as like a gadget guy out of the backfield.
I think it could be
catches,
Swift
3
and
to
guy
5.
best case scenario, to be honest.
I don't see him being more than at very best the second best between the tackles runner. And honestly, I think it would be third because I am very high on Jonah Coleman. And also on top of that, people assume he has a complete monopolization over the passing game stuff.
He doesn't.
I think Jonah Coleman's clearly a better pass pro player. He has been
I think
a
he is
productive
the most
receiver in the
well-rounded
backfield.
back today. Jonah Coleman, I think, has the upside to be the most
I
well-rounded
think
back
Jonah
on the
Coleman
team.
is.
Well, my exposure is Jonah Coleman 22%. So I agree with you as well, especially at cost. However, RJ Harvey did do some impressive things last year as a receiver and as a touchdown
receiver,
scorer.
yeah.
Like, I think that there's some upside here that all of them have a little bit of time in the sun where it's like maybe the first 4 weeks of the season, it's a J.K. Dobbins 60% opportunity share. Then maybe it goes to like a 50-50 split between Dobbins and RJ Harvey with Jonah Coleman barely playing. But then RJ Harvey midseason has a little run of a nice couple production games. And then maybe Dobbins goes down like he does in week 13 seemingly every year. And then that's when we see Jonah Coleman on the field. Like, I think it's going to be month by month a different guy. And that's why I kind of like taking my shots in best ball because I do think 8.5 RJ Harvey is expensive, but when he slides a little bit, I don't hate getting a couple of shares here and there.
The way I view it is when it's a 2-man committee at the beginning of the year, J.K. Dobbins is going to have the more valuable role between the tackles and as the touchdown scorer, in my opinion. And by the end of the year, I expect Jonah Coleman to, at the very minimum, be the number 2 back. So I don't really see Harvey unless he. Wait, what? Oh, Pittman. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't like over my skis anyways.
I just love Pittman. I think he's the best pick in the entire fucking round 7 plus.
Gainwell or Pitts?
Draft.
See, I'm more worried about Bernard than you are for sure.
I am not.
Pitts or Gainwell? Yeah. Let me see what go construction. Okay, yeah, let's take Pitts. We need a tight end. And we could always fucking backdoor Tua or something.
Yeah, pause.
Hey, yo.
I agree. Yeah, I think Pitts when you take London, you should probably take Pitts too. I think if London smashes, you're just making the bet on the Falcons being a lot better than people think. And generally, like I look at London as maybe not the best pick in the first 2 rounds just because I don't see the Falcons smashing. I think they can be fine. I think they can be like the 20th best offense in the league. I just think you're going to look back on your Drake London selection and go, it was the 5th best pick in the 2nd round. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's how you get 7th in your fantasy league more so than how you win it.
I'm just higher on him than you are, frankly. Again, I'm looking at a guy who fully had the breakout, was a near 20-point per game scorer before that PCL sprain. Obviously, the PCL sprain, you look at the totality of the year, still impressive, but I don't think it fully captures the context of just how dominant he was before that.
Oh, he was awesome, man. It's so hard for me as a Drake London guy to say that I'm not that high on Drake London.
It was Puka, it was JSN, and then it was London. Like, genuinely, he was
my pick, right?
Yeah.
Give me do we have a quarterback right now?
Yeah.
Josh Allen. Give me Bo Nix, 2nd quarterback, and we're done. I got late round stacking options with him.
I'm cool with that.
Bo Nix is my quarter. I think in my projections right now, Bo Nix is like my 8th or 9th rated quarterback.
Yeah, I'm definitely not that high on him. Like,
I haven't done Daniels yet though, for what it's worth. So
we went through like we just put our rankings into the update for the redraft rankings manifesto, and I'm like, holy fuck, yeah, you're good. And I was like, holy fuck, like you have Lawrence and Dak like really low, but also it makes sense because I mean you're higher on Nix and stuff. I couldn't really get there. I have Nix, I think, as quarterback 11 or 12. So yeah. Explaining my rationale there. Going back to Davis here. We'll see what ends up happening here at the 11-9. Spicy, can we see what the board looks like and what the construction tool says like we kind of need? Oh, we do 2-4-2. My apologies. So let's see wide receiver real quick. Because I do think ultimately if we can leave with 1 or 2 more receivers, like I'm not in on Shakir. That's the thing. I mean, Kincaid has to be one of the picks if he makes it back. And I do think a receiver has to be the other pick. So whichever one falls between them, I would vote for Coker or for Travis Hunter, but we'll see what Corey's also saying when he comes back. Snipe Davis with the Bo Nix pick. Yeah, I didn't even clock that. That's our fault then, Davis. My bad, brother. I'm high on Waddle and Nix falls. Waddle is a very good value pick where he's currently going. I can't lie. Thoughts on Optics win? I mean, it's just great to get over the hump for them, obviously. Going to how many finals in a row? I mean, it was major 4. You also have the minor final that they made. Like, they just kept getting second all year. So finally getting over the hump, coming back from losers and winning that in 7. I mean, just got to kind of tip your cap. We're able to, get the monkey off their back, get the ghost out of the walls,
I come back and Danny's talking about Call of Duty. What the hell is going on here?
No, I mean, if you followed the season at all, which I'm sure you haven't, they finished.
Why would I follow the season?
No, I know, but they've finished second all year. They've been like the best team in qualifiers, the best team on land, but would always lose in the grand final. And this past major, they finally won the grand final. So we were talking about that.
Good for that.
Kincaid all day if he falls.
Yeah.
I think we need to take him before the turn.
Yeah, we probably do need to take him. Do you think we're good at 2 tight ends with those 2 guys?
I would want a third, but maybe
we can tack a
cheaper
Jolie on with the Bo Nix correlation.
Jolie, Fryermuth, like 16th through 18th round, probably.
Fuck off, dude.
Come on, asshole.
Okay, I would take Shakir here.
I would take Coker.
Correlation. I think this one's my pick, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think you picked the last one, no?
No, but we've been flipping, remember?
Oh, sure. I would definitely take Coker.
I mean, you'll probably still get him, to be fair.
I hope so.
Actually, maybe not. He's like the only good receiver on the board. Could go... You know who I got a lot lower on after doing projections? Dallas Goedert. I thought I was going to like Dallas because Dallas Goedert's like almost always a guy that I love in best ball because I'm like, he scored like 11 touchdowns last year.
What was the road share you had for him?
I had him, let me go to Philadelphia. So last couple of years, he's been well over like an 82, 85% route share, which is like among the 10 best for tight ends in the league. I had him at a 71% route share with Stowers committing a 59% route share because the Eagles were top 7 in both 13 and 12 personnel usage last year and drafted a tight end in the second round. So I think we're probably going to see them shift towards a lot of 12 personnel this season.
Bro, you know how much that hurt my soul, Stunna? You know how much that hurt my soul having to pass one?
There you go. Where
I'm
are you
taking
going with
Shaheed here.
Shaheed?
Yeah, we have correlation to the offense. Could always I mean, who's Seattle play week 17? I'm trying to think. Carolina?
With the optimizer, I have never fucking memorized the matchups anymore.
That's a good point.
There's just no reason for me to do it anymore. It's wasting brain space. I'll probably forget like half the details of my wedding if I try and memorize the week 17 schedule.
So I think we have a very good foundation at receiver. If we go up, Shaheed, Shakir, DJ Moore, Quentin Johnson,
Godwin and Drake London.
London. Like,
I mean, we have 7 receivers already?
6. So I think a strong 7. Like if we take a receiver soon, we could end it at 7. But realistically, if we wait long at receiver, probably an 8 build.
Soon, I think.
Probably need 2 more running backs. I would say 5 is probably optimal. And
I would agree.
I would agree with 3 tight ends. Hopefully AJ Barner or some like Gunnar Helm or somebody like that.
It's recommending we take 8 receivers and not the 6th running back. I think if we get our running back soon, I'd be fine with it. But if we don't get our running back soon, then I think we should take the 6th running back. But I
would say that's
generally it's just not very optimal to take 6 running backs unless you went really cheap at running back.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I think we're flexible at that one spot. It's at least 7 wide receivers with the possibility of an 8th, depending on what we like on the board. Like if we're in round 18, and again, like Jalen Noel's been my guy. I just think ultimately the heuristics play of a year 2, day 2 overall pick that was as efficient on a per route basis as he was heuristically just feels like a really good bet in the 18th round. Like even if there is target competition,
we're drafting Troy Franklin on this team with Bo Nix.
Yeah, I'm totally. I'm Troy Franklin too. We can take. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I would say too, like when you really think about the nitty gritty of it, you have 3. Like we have what do we have? Jadarian Price, Josh Jacobs, and James Cook. So for a running back to hit our lineup, they have to outscore at least 2 of those guys, like on that given week. Versus that wide receiver, because it's a 3 wide receiver start, you could start up to 4 of them a week. And also wide receivers, like just the type of position where pretty much anybody can spike at any point. It does, like, most of the time make sense to have 8 receivers and 5 running backs versus 6 running backs and 7 receivers. Because the only way you're ever going to get those 6 running backs actually all being relevant is if you have like a hero RB and like all 5 of your running backs are late round guys behind like a Bijan or something like that.
Take him. Jonah all day.
I mean, we could take Gadsden for what it's worth as well.
I just think upside at running back, you pair him obviously with another upside piece with Price. You feel good about the stability early with
we have
Cook and Jacobs
as well. Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Would be my pick if he falls. Jared's going to end up taking him there. I'm fine with Sadiq if he falls.
Yeah, I lowered Sadiq a little bit because ultimately I think he could start a little bit slow.
He came out okay in the projections.
It's just the thing I'm a little bit worried about is he had hernia surgery. This was still, again, I was high on the tape, but this was still a player that probably had to learn some intricacies, wanted the reps in the offseason. Like, I think I moved him from tight end 16 to 19 because I moved like a Okonkwo and a guys like that over him.
Yeah, I have him at tight end 16 still.
Reasonable.
Generally, I like betting on, a first round tight end, and I think that his rookie season could look like a B-Tech version of Colson Loveland's rookie season, where he's probably not very fantasy relevant for the first 7-8 games of the season, but backload his production and maybe he's like an 11, 12 point per game scorer down the stretch. I'd be fine going Sadiq here as the pick.
Sadiq or Debo maybe I think would make sense in case we get CLV on the signing. I'm cool with either.
Yeah, let's roll.
I made the last pick. Yeah,
let's go with Sadiq.
Pick. I'm cool with that.
Because also, like, all my favorite late round tight ends are all sexless as well. Like my Freiermuth, Schultz types. Like they're all. I love the reason I like Sadiq as my second tight end is because he's my sexy tight end that I have in my
sexy.
Tight end. Yeah. What's up, sexy?
No, I knew it. Some ladies.
Like I have like a Pitts or a Kincaid or a Laporta type as my like first tight end. My second tight end is a Sadiq upside swing, and then my third tight end is the sexless sandwich of K. Dalton, Dalton Schultz, Pat Freiermuth, TJ Hawkinson.
The one, so I'll say for the most part at tight end, my exposure CLV hasn't been great. Like Gatson, I've lost about 12 picks average of ADP on. I lost about a round. Kenyon Sadiq, I lost about 9 picks on. But where I have hit because I have 16% Isaiah Likely at a average CLV price of 146.3, and he currently goes 131.2. So 15.1.
Isaiah Likely on 16% of your teams.
I mean, it worked out. I mean, he's 15.1.
I mean, I guess it worked out for CLV. I just think he's maybe one of the worst picks on the board.
It's partially I drafted Neighbors initially, and I hedged it by taking Likely. Yeah, because I think if Neighbors starts slow, Likely's going to have more utility.
My thought on Likely is I don't like that John Harbaugh is the one calling the shots of his usage yet again. That's my thing with Isaiah. Like, I get they paid him and that kind of thing.
Well, are you high on Theo then?
I'm not high on Theo. I just think that they're going to run a lot of 12, and Likely is people are assuming that Isaiah Likely is going to like finally be rid of this whole like, oh, now he's going to be the starter and he's going to have like 80+% of the routes. Like, I think he's going to be like 60 to 70% of the routes. Like that's better than obviously what he was in Baltimore, but I don't think he's going to be much better than he was in Baltimore as far as like route participation. And as I made reference to earlier, like I think the Giants might suck a big bag of dicks this year. Like, I don't think they're going to be good.
Yeah. What's their win
without Neighbors on the field? Like, they're going to be starting Darnell Mooney and Darius Slayton as their 1 and 2 receivers.
Also, can we talk about you're going to throw up when I say this, Corey, just understand at this point, at the point I was drafting him, it was a pure implied upside play. I viewed him as a handcuff, not that I actually project him for a ton of fantasy points. Keep this in mind, Corey.
Okay.
I have 28.5% Flournoy at 16.6 picks of value.
You're just proving my point in a tweet that I made about Flournoy's fraudulent upside. Or
it's like a handcuff. It's like a handcuff. That's the only thing. But like, I got him at an average pick of 178. He goes at 161 now.
There you go.
Brother,
am I making this pick or are you? Because I think
you made the last pick.
Sean T would be my vote here.
You made the last pick. Let's take a look. I mean, if you want this pick, you can have it.
Well,
I
that's
won't
what we've
care.
been doing. Whoever makes the last
All
pick
right,
makes
take
the
it.
next pick. We're inverting them.
Take it.
Yeah, I'd go Sean Tucker. I think he's a perfect implied upside play for this
Sure.
running back core. Because the only way Sean Tucker hits your lineup is those monster Sean Tucker games like he had in Buffalo last year, New Orleans the year before that. And also, too, like, I do tend to think that if Bucky Irving went down, who's the most likely of the three running backs to get injured, Tucker would see the biggest gain, not Kenneth Gainwell. Because I think Kenneth Gainwell's role would probably increase if Bucky went down. But I don't think Kenneth Gainwell's suddenly doing what he did in Pittsburgh when Jalen Warren missed that Ireland game. I think that Tucker would actually be the early down guy in that situation.
I am pleased.
I'm hella pleased, dude. I think Sean Tucker's a great running back.
Great might be a little bit of a stretch.
I
but,
think Sean Tucker would start for like 2 or 3 NFL teams.
I mean, there are some really bad NFL teams, maybe.
Like,
Trying to
who's the
think,
worst
like, who-
starting running back in the league right now?
I don't know.
I'm looking at my projections right now. Aaron Jones, the worst starting running back in the league, maybe?
Sean Tucker's not better than Aaron Jones.
I think he is at this point in
No.
Aaron Jones' career.
Jordan Mason's better than Sean Tucker.
No,
Like, what
he's
are we
not.
talking about? Yes, he
No,
is.
You're on the clock here, by the way.
Bro. I'm cool with Malik Washington.
Sure.
Let's do it. Okay.
I mean, there's actually not a ton of bad starting running backs in the NFL. Like, is J.K. Dobbins one of the worst starting running backs in the NFL? Probably, like when I'm looking at this.
We need a tight end next pick.
Cincinnati, Carolina. I mean, Chuba Hubbard may be one of the worst running backs in the NFL who's a starter.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of
I
them.
think Sean Tucker is like almost as good as Chuba Hubbard, realistically.
I mean, I view Jonathan Brooks as the best back on that team, so
Okay, well, I think
I don't think that's outrageous.
I think Chuba Hubbard is still better than Jonathan Brooks. As much as I think Jonathan Brooks has upside, I think Chuba Hubbard today is better than Jonathan Brooks. So I
Okay,
would
then
say
Chuba
that-
Hubbard's not better than Sean Tucker. Or sorry, Sean Tucker's not better than Chuba Hubbard.
No, but I think like Sean Tucker's like almost as good as both of those guys.
I don't know, man. He's an RB3 running back. He's fine.
We all know he was better than that coming out of college, though.
Okay, he's gotten sub 100 carries every NFL year.
Every time he touches the football, good shit happens.
It gets very idealized usage. I'm curious what it would look like in an 18 touch setting.
I mean, he's had those games though.
Has he? Point
Yeah,
me to them.
dude. The guy averaged 6.2 yards per carry as a second-year running back. Guy's a fucking machine, dude.
On what? Six touches per game? That's optimistic.
He's had 136 carries the last 2 years. That's like not
combined.
nothing.
I mean, it's fucking pretty. It's close to nothing.
I don't know. I think
that's like 4 carries a game
last year on fucking 86 carries.
You said what? 130 carries last 2 years. That's like fucking 4 carries a game.
Yeah. But like he's like the third running back on his team. That's what I'm saying. Like if we saw a workload where Sean Tucker was getting like good actual usage, like let me look. How many games has Sean Tucker carried the ball like more than 5 or 10 times? Like
he's a solid backup level running back. I'll give him that. He's not.
Yeah, he's had 4 games in his career where he's carried the ball more than 10 times, and in 2 of those games he rushed for over 100 yards.
Yeah, probably very good matchups too. I'm curious what it would look like.
Saints and Bills. The Bills weren't that good of a matchup last year. It was in Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean,
I was there.
I don't know. I feel like it's very much talking about a backup running back and just assuming he's going to be a starter.
Call me crazy in the chat. If Sean,
I think he's got upside.
If Sean,
I just think saying he's better.
Stretch of starting for the Bucks, would he be like pretty good for fantasy? I think we'd all
that's
agree.
That's not what the
like
question is, though. That's not what the question is. The question that you raise is, would he be a top 32 starter in the league? And I don't think he is. I think he's like a good backup.
Okay.
Like I don't view him much different than
a tight end and Troy Franklin.
Yeah, Troy here, and then we'll go.
Take the tight end first, I think.
No, take Troy first.
Never mind.
ADP.
Freiermuth went. I mean, it's my pick, but sure, that's your pick now. I'm taking the last pick.
All right, you get to take the last pick then. I mean, Jolie makes sense for correlation.
Yeah, I'll take someone.
The upside. I guess we already have Sadiq. We don't have any sexless guys left.
Yeah, we're not even fighting, Brad. We both disagreed on what we were saying. He was saying that Sean Tucker's a viable pick, and I was just saying he's not a top 32 starter. Like I think he's a viable pick.
Yeah, I won't stand for Troy Franklin slander.
I won't
Calling
either.
Pat Bryant better than Troy Franklin is. I'm telling you right now, Arthur, that's going to look like one of the worst takes of all time by the end of the season.
First things I hear, Danny has 25% Flournoy, and Corey thinks Sean Tucker is about to ascend.
Who are you going with?
I'm voting Jasicki. We need to eat our vegetables type of play next to Sadiq.
Not a Jolie. This isn't a Jolie team.
No, it's a Jasicki team, baby. Let's go.
Ooh,
The rationale there is we have seen implied upside if T. Higgins has been out. This guy's been used as like a flexible tight end option, and I think given that we're waiting on Sadiq potentially to be a contributing factor, maybe like week 2 Higgins goes down with a hamstring and Jasicki's a piece
Why
you
would you
need
say
early in
that?
the season. I'm just
T. Higgins is going to be on all my teams.
Fuck, my bad. But I'm just saying, like, Jasicki, 18th round, you could do a lot worse.
Yeah, the Tool hates this team, indeed.
The Tool does despise this. I mean, the Tool was never going to like it when we took fucking James Cook over CeeDee Lamb, asshole.
I mean, I still think it was viable.
I mean
it could be worse. It could be Stavinsky or whatever. He has a fucking D+.
Fuck, Stavinsky's in the mud. Oh, sorry, OVO.
Jared's an absolute ball knower, according to the Tool here, with the CeeDee Lamb
Davis Cook too.
There.
I mean, you get CeeDee Lamb at 11. It's hard to
I really like Jared's team for what it's worth.
Bro, I think you got the FSE rankings pulled up in the draft because those are like all of our best players at every pick.
Yeah, he did kind of cook up dope there on that thing. But yeah, we will close it out there with that final $101 draft. Glad Jared was able to join us for that.
Yes, sir.
For those of you guys that were with us the whole time, please check out the Golden Boot jackpot. For those of you guys that are fans of the fake sport known as soccer, you can essentially bet or make a pick of a player to score. And if that player gets the Golden Boot, which is essentially the leading scorer in the World Cup, you get your equal share of the 500K. So we went with a slate with like Mbappe to be like the Golden Boot winner there. And then the way you have to get part of that jackpot, though, is by winning your Pick'em entry, which is what we're trying to do there. And then, of course, Best Ball Mania 7, that's what we were doing for 2 of those. 15 million in total prizes, 2 million to first. Anybody who signs up with promo code FSE, of course, also gets the Redraft Rankings Manifesto, which is the first edition of which is dropping tomorrow, and the first edition of the projections dropping inside the draft guide tomorrow as well. So make sure to check all that stuff out. And of course, you'll get $50 in bonus entries when you sign up, and you'll get a gimme pick as well. If I win the boot jackpot, I'll mail Corey a Sean Tucker jersey.
I think Maria would kill me. I can't lie.
Is Danny? Do you imagine Danny going up there talking about his Ryan Flournoy exposure or some shit?
Maria would be like, "Get this drunk idiot off the stage."
Yeah. Is Danny sat like with Mason and them at the wedding?
Yeah. So if anybody wants to know
someone just put a cam on or a mic on their table, and we'll just see how much wedding talk is had at this fucking.
Yeah.
So tell Mason to bring a portable mic and fucking like a little mini camera and post it to the Flock League channel.
I hope you have that table very far away from where you and Maria are eating.
My barber is sitting at the fantasy table, which is hilarious to me. My barber's Italian. You'll see him there, Danny. But it's Danny, Mason's fiance, Avery. His wife's pregnant right now, so his wife isn't coming. But Nathan's wife, Sexy Pats from BDG, Sexy Pat's girlfriend, and then my barber and his fiance. So that's the fantasy table there. I'm sure that's going to be a little bit hectic.
And I'm sure
my home league is going to be
fucking screwed.
Yeah, bro. I know my home league is going to be annoyed, or probably annoying. Like Amir's going to be sitting down with Mason, telling him how he got me started in fantasy with 5 minutes of the wedding started.
No, the first time I met him, he did the same thing with me too. Because bro, I think the first time I met him, honestly, was way back when we went to the frickin' Owners Box games. We would go to Owners Box and we watched Bucks Cowboys opening day.
Was Amir there?
2021? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess he was.
He pulled up. Also, you mentioned haircut, so I finally got one. And yes, this is
look at
I do have my hairline intact. So for those of you that did question that, we are okay. It's still a little bit long, but
yeah. What food are we serving? It is beef with béarnaise, seasonal veg, garlic confit, potatoes as one of the entrees. That's what I got. There's like a balsamic salad as the salad course, and then there's I think it's a peach cobbler thing as the dessert, and then there's wedding cake and gourmet pizza, late night snack, and hors d'oeuvres for cocktail hour, and then the other dish is like a thyme chicken mushroom glaze thing with the same sides. So
Apologies, by the way.
I get a hairline warning.
I'm just like casually flexing that I do have a hairline, and as I do that, I'm gonna lose it because this bandana is gonna rub it off eventually.
Yeah. Also, I should mention we will be live tomorrow because some people are like, "Oh, this is the final live stream before the wedding." No, we're going to be doing live team reviews tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you guys have Dynasty Decisions 2.0s, obviously get those in, and you get one for free if you sign up for annual on the site. And we will also have a video for you Thursday. I am not taking any days off despite getting married on Friday. Just kidding. I'm taking many days off after I get married. Yeah. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for tomorrow's live stream team reviews. Spicy, I appreciate you as always, and hopefully we won a damn tournament. If the James Cook Drake London team wins that contest, I will laugh my freaking ass off.
Also, the only bad part about the Kawhi deal is who has the unprotected first of the Clippers in 2027, correct?
Thunder.
Thunder do. Because
no.
So they had it was top 4 protected this year. The Clippers had the 5th overall pick. So now it's unprotected next year. And now the Clippers don't have Kawhi Leonard. Got nothing basically out of the deal. Like Ingram's okay, but like it was a bad contract.
No, I don't know why the fuck they took that, to be honest, for Kawhi. Kawhi must have just said, "I'm not fucking playing for you if you don't deal me," or something.
And Stun as an OKC fan, like that's fucking should have got. Yeah, bro, pancake bar would have been epic. But fuck, man, like
Sam Presti is a genius. Spicy, obviously an OKC fan in the back as well. Tuxedo live stream. Yeah, no, I will get shot if there's any content filmed during my wedding. But I'm sure the domain guys and Danny and Mason could get some clips together, maybe for the Flock League. Record some shit.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine Mason had like one of those like mini mics or whatever at our table, and then like whatever bites were like usable, we just got edited into the next fucking video when we reacted to clips.
For sure. Anyways, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you later. See you tomorrow.